Kendra checks it out.
Does she?
Yeah.
Kendra's got to double check, make sure.
She always tells me when I'm doing something wrong.
Oh.
She's just watching it for us, not you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Eric, at 15 minutes, you looked funny.
15 minutes, 24 seconds. Don't do that again.
Welcome
I'm
back.
touching your face.
We are the Bonsai Movie Crew. And, yep, another week, another movie.
Here we are.
That was so unenergetic.
Another week, another movie!
It's Barbie.
Woo!
Sorry to all of you who are wearing earphones.
You're like, God damn it!
That'll be me tomorrow when I'm listening to it.
Oh, now that my ears are bleeding.
Just skip past 10 seconds.
Hey, but at least they're not falling asleep and you got their attention.
Yeah.
When I'm listening to it to proof tomorrow, I'm like, oh, God.
God
I'm
damn,
awake.
yeah.
Forgot about that. Shit.
Don't forget to check out all of our social medias, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment and all that good stuff. Come on, see how much easier that was? Just move on. It shows up on the screen, and then we move on.
You should put the JPEG right above your
Dad,
head.
it's not
right when
cool
do
if you
this.
say it.
Right as I do
You
this.
can do you do a screen like a screen protector, just have it bounce around.
No,
the
what I do is
screen.
I go X, YouTube, what else we got? TikTok.
It's
And then like
on
they
there.
shoot out like boom, boom, boom.
Shooting out of your
Some call me
fingers like a
Tim,
superpower.
the enchanter.
I might do that just for fun on this video. Make them just like X, TikTok, Facebook,
YouTube.
You should make
YouTube.
Terry noises every time he points.
And that one's a rainbow.
Yeah.
Should make Terry
You guys have been
noises
putting a
every
lot of
time.
work in. Man, you guys are turning my half-hour editing session into like a 2-hour editing session.
Only an hour and
Anyway.
45.
Huh?
Only an hour and 45.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our creator profile. Who wants to read it this week?
Don't matter to me.
Anybody?
I will read it, Dad.
It's 4 pages. How about you do 2 pages, and then Karen can do. Karen, which one do you want? You want this or the movie?
I don't care.
Up to you. This
I'll
or the
do
movie?
some of the movie because I really like.
I've only got.
No, I want to talk about the movie. Give me that. Give me the creative.
Okay.
She said, no, I want to talk about the
Yeah,
movie.
No, I want to
talk
stop
about
you in the
that
middle of reading
motherfucking
it
movie.
and then talk about it.
I thought that's what we agreed on because we like that better.
We do, yeah.
I'm going to talk during the reading.
Anyway, this week our creator profile is because of Barbie. We're gonna do Margot Robbie.
Woo!
Is it up in the air between her and Ryan Gosling? I said, man, I really love me some Ryan Gosling, but Margot Robbie, So it was kind of like, Margot Robbie. It
I
is.
like Margot Robbie.
Maybe we'll do Ryan
thought
Gosling.
we
We do a
already-
lot of dudes on here. Like we don't do a lot of female actors and creators and stuff. So I think the only one we've done that's female is Selena Gomez. I think she's the only.
Yeah, I think,
I think she's the only female we've done.
So
So
we're oppressed.
yeah, right. Well, I look
There
up
we
like
go.
top actors in America, and it's all dudes.
That's the first one.
I think the only one aside from like her is like Scarlett Johansson, and I think that's pretty much it. It's like
You
Today's
should do.
world,
You should
yeah.
do Kristen Bell one time.
Oh yeah, she's great.
we'll
Yeah.
get there. I'm just trying. I'm picking and choosing right now. I don't know.
It's kind of based on what we're doing each week, so I get
A
it.
little bit.
I mean,
Like it
it's-
wasn't, and then it is, and I'm like, Margot Robbie's a good one to do. She's a newer. I wouldn't say. Well, she is a newer actress, I suppose.
Since Harley Quinn, she's become a lot more popular.
Actually, she became popular from Wolf of Wall Street.
That's what I was gonna
I
If
don't
you've
know
ever
what
seen
that
Wolf
is.
of Wall Street, you'd know why.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I think Madison has the
She's
first
got the
page.
first one.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Child and early career on Neighbors. Ready, guys? Margot Elise Robbie was born in
I didn't
Dalby,
pre-read any of this.
Queensland. What?
I didn't pre-read any of this.
Oh. Margot Elise Robbie was born in Dalby, Queensland, Australia on July 2nd, 1990, and grew up in Gold Coast, a city 500 miles north of Sydney. Not Sydney, like Sydney, Ohio. But
Sydney,
like
Australia.
Sydney,
Yeah.
Australia.
500 miles north. Like that's really far. Like 500 miles north. Like, is there nothing between there and Sydney? Like that's 500 miles of.
Australia is kind of
Now it's
desolate.
starting
It
to
is
make me
kind of
think that
desolate, I
song.
guess.
That's making me think of that song, 500 Miles.
I would walk 500 miles. I don't
You gotta
remember.
put actual effort into it, Dad.
I don't have to though.
You do.
We really
I really
don't.
This
don't.
song is not worth it.
Yeah.
Her mother, Sari Kessler. Oh, they got different last names. Is a sociotherapist.
Sociotherapist.
No, no. I don't think so.
Physiotherapist.
Physiotherapist. That's
You
what
say
I
there's no
said.
S there. I was like,
I
it's a
was
PH.
so confused.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm good at
Fucking
reading.
us up.
Physiotherapist who raised her and her 3 siblings after her parents divorced. Her father is Doug Robbie. That's where she gets her last name from.
No way. From her
Ro-
dad?
Yeah.
That's not very Barbie-like.
Robbie told Vanity Fair that she thought
She's oppressed.
she might be a magician, but an interest in drama
How dare you give
in
a
high
man's
school
name.
led her to Melbourne and a kids show, The Elephant Princess, co-starring the up-and-coming Liam Hemsworth. Isn't that Chris Hemsworth's
Yeah, it's his
brother?
little brother.
Mhm.
She has been professionally acting since her teens. Before she left for Hollywood, Australian audiences knew her from the TV soap opera Neighbours, which began airing 5 years before her birth. Fearing she failed her audition, she decided to vacation in Canada, but had to return quickly when she found out she had won the part of the vivacious Donna Friedman in 2008. Donna's kiss with a female friend stirred controversy, though she remained a viewer favorite and was nominated for several awards. She left Neighbours in 2010 in a boring old happy ending. What does that mean?
A boring old happy ending. I don't know exactly what it says.
But it says in a, and then it has boring old happy ending in quotation marks.
Because
Maybe-
they're saying in a boring old happy ending, like quotation. Like,
Maybe they were hoping that she would go out with a bang.
Yeah, I don't know. Who
Alright.
cares? Just move
Oh.
on.
And her first American TV show.
I'm telling you,
Pan
like, based on
Am
what I'm seeing, this is
2011,
written really weird.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Crash landed after 1 season.
I got it from biography.com. This is where I get all the stuff that you guys rated.
Yeah,
off
some
from
of
Biography.
it's fine, but
Yeah.
this one seems like it's written
Don't you
kind of weird,
critique
but
it.
we'll see.
If you,
I ain't
remember,
right. I don't give a fuck she critiques it or not.
if you remember, I critique your potatoes, and you make those.
Just keep reading.
If you remember Robbie's debut
Yep.
debut film, the Australian-made ICU, a serial killer thriller, shot when she was 17 and released in 2009. Her part in Richard Curtis's time travel rom-com About Time, 2013. God dang, it's a long name. With Domhnall Gleeson and Rachel McAdams, made more of a splash, but it was her role as Naomi.
Is Rachel McAdams? She's not Australian, is she?
I don't think so.
She's American.
Yeah, pretty sure.
But it was her role as Naomi, Leonardo DiCaprio's Brooklyn bombshell wife, and the Duchess. Sorry, I say douche too much.
Duchess.
The Duchess of
It's
Bay
French.
Ridge.
The Duchess.
The
What did you call me?
if you're gonna call people that, though, you should know how it's spelled. I'm just.
I
throwing that
do.
out there.
It's Douche.
You.
Douche.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got confused.
Okay, all right.
So I hate to stop you right here, but I don't know why why I just thought of this. But did you know that back in the day there were cocaine tampons?
Yes.
Excuse me.
I
So
did.
apparently they
Did
were
you-
cocaine was a way that they thought that cocaine could heal illnesses. So they were cocaine tampons that women would use to heal certain vaginal illnesses.
Cocaine used to be in almost everything.
Yeah,
back
cough
Did
syrup.
you know that Coke
Cough
was
syrup.
literally made with
then.
cocaine?
Yeah,
Yes.
Coke.
I didn't know
Up
that
until
until a few weeks
1919.
ago.
Yeah.
I had to do a
there was
report
a
on
whole
it.
meme about it, like where they were like,
Cocaine gum.
"Will you stop fucking with coke? Either put the cocaine back in it or quit fucking with it." And then there was another one about that very thing where they were talking about, doctors in the 1800s were so weird. You'd go there and be like, "I have a cold." Oh, that's crazy. You should do cocaine about it.
Do cocaine about it.
Oh my
All
God.
right, sorry, I
everything,
didn't mean to-
everything was
I
cocaine.
didn't mean to go off subject, but it happened to pop in my mind.
You have like little 2-year-olds running around.
And Martin Scorsese's
Martin Scorsese? Scorsese?
and Martin Scorsese
Scorsese.
I always say his
Scorsese
name
and
wrong.
Martin Anyways, based on a true story epic of financial film flammery, The Wolf of Wall Street, 2013, that turned heads. Robbie also got attention for a small but standout role playing herself in The Big Short in 2015. The comedic scene involved her explaining mortgage-backed securities and subprime loans, all the while floating in a tub of bubbles with champagne in hand. That year,
I'd have bought a house.
That year also saw her
speaking
first
against
lead
buying
roles.
houses with subprime
Robbie
lending.
co-starred opposite Will Smith in Focus, playing con artists who steal each other's hearts. She also starred in the sci-fi drama Z for Zachariah. Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. It had it in quotation marks. I thought I should throw it out there.
I was wondering why. Okay.
One
Harley
of
Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Okay.
Yeah, girl, that's what I meant to say. One of Robbie's most notable roles is as the punkily attired fan fave. Just say favorite. It's okay. No one will bash you. Anyways,
I might.
Harley Quinn. Besides Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn has the bat and she like bashes people's heads in. Harley
Maybe.
Quinn might like. Anyways, she first appeared in the role in the comics-based smash Suicide Squad 2016. Harley Quinn is the psychiatrist who is a muse to Jared Leto's Joker. Robbie told the Washington Post that diving into a vat of gluggy paint stuff to bleach Harley's skin in the one scene was, sorry, I haven't been using quotation marks, the most unpleasant thing I've ever done in my entire life.
I did hear that like shit that they were in was like the most uncomfortable, chalky shit. And it was all up in her eyes and everything else.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I bet it was terrible.
It's like sand.
Oh, if you watch the movie, you can almost tell by when she comes out of it. Like, I bet that's not comfortable at all.
And her spiky accoutrement, I don't know, wasn't exactly comfortable either. Her spike. What are they talking about?
What word is it?
Accoutrement. It's
Sure.
ACCOUTREMENT.
Counterment?
ACC what?
ACCOUTREMENT.
A cowerment? Is that what it is?
There's no
Who
R
cares?
right there.
Her attire.
Okay.
They're talking about her fucking clothes.
It was spiky though? I didn't think it was spiky. It didn't look spiky.
Who cares? Just move
That
on.
sounds like a fake word.
It does sound like a fake word.
Calling them out.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
Oh. It's just a word.
Accoutrement.
Encountment.
Additional items of dress or equipment or other items carried or
Accoutrement.
worn by a person or used for a particular activity.
At least
Attire.
Jason knew what it was.
Attire. Or
Just-
Just
Powder.
But why? Like, just say clothes. Or
You gotta sound fancy, Karen.
okay.
they gotta use
The
big
rest of
words,
it
Karen.
don't
You
sound
learned a
so
new one
fancy.
today.
So
He
sorry.
used fave and then used that word.
Yeah. We're all over the map.
This is
That's
all
yeah.
I'm saying.
This is not a proper essay, Dad.
Okay, well, I didn't write
This
it.
person
so.
needs to go back to high school.
I didn't write it.
You're either
Because
professional.
I didn't know
or
of that
you're
word.
fake.
There's a lot of words in there I don't know, so I just know how to pronounce them.
Robbie planned to reprise her popular characterization of Harley Quinn in Gotham City Sirens, though that project was shelved in favor of another spin-off, Birds of Prey, which co-starred Ewan
Ewan McGregor.
McGregor and
I
hit
don't like
theaters February 2020. I remember that. I really like
On a
that.
personal
Going to see
level.
that movie.
He's a good actor.
I'm excited for it.
okay.
I still have the poster.
We don't get along.
Robbie again portrayed Harley Quinn in 2021's The Suicide Squad, which sucked, by the way. I didn't like it at all. They killed off what's-his-face?
Rick Flag.
Yeah. I hated that. That
Okay.
was so annoying. That was so uncalled for in so many ways.
Is that it?
No, there's another page.
Oh, fuck's sake. That was only one page?
You keep stopping me!
I didn't stop you. You're like, read this word.
You stopped me like 4 times before that.
Just read the page.
You should put a count up on the screen for how many times you stop people, Dad.
You do like a stand.
Also in 2016, Robbie starred as Jane in The Legend of Tarzan. Actually, okay, with Alexander Skarsgård. And the following year, she played the wife of Winnie the Pooh author A.A. Milne. Yeah, and the historical drama Goodbye, Christopher Robin. He's in Winnie the Pooh, right? Robbie then landed in another high-profile project by portraying actor Sharon Tate, a real-life victim of the notorious Charles Manson orchestrated murders of 1969 alongside. There's no period. The sentence just stopped. It says alongside and then nothing else.
I think they meant to say alongside Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt.
Oh.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Late in 2019, Robbie enjoyed an even more prominent role in Bombshell, a retelling of the sexual harassment allegations that rocketed Fox News under the oversight of former CEO Roger Ailes. Okay, although her character of Kayla Pospisil, was a fictional composite, unlike the portrayals of Megyn Kelly by character to live. Kelly by Charlize Theron and Gretchen Carlson by Nicole Kidman. Robbie brought her Christian millennial character to life with a nonce performance, impressing enough to earn Gold Globe and Academy Award nominations Best Supporting Actress. Playing Tonya Harding in I, Tonya. Playing Tonya Harding in I, Tonya. A 3-year-old toddler when the 1994 Winter Olympics were held, Robbie had no idea who figure skater Tonya Harding was or what the infamous whacking incident.
Whacking. Sorry.
Involving competitor Nancy
Whacking.
Kerrigan was all
I'm
about.
gonna beat you off.
I will beat you off.
But Robbie dove headlong into her starring role as Harding for 2017 darkly comedic biopic I, Tonya, recreating her every gesture as closely as possible. She did meet Harding, though limited to their time together to a couple of hours prior to the completion of filming. Otherwise I might have too much empathy for her. Yeah.
Sympathy.
It says empathy, Dad.
Or empathy. It's pretty much the same thing. Just go.
It
Come on,
reads
go.
empathy.
Go.
She said after its premiere screening at the Toronto International Film Festival. For the movie, Harding's famous triple axel was recreated digitally, but Robbie performed some of the skating routines on her own accord and impressed enough with her overall performance to earn Golden Globe and Academy Award nominations for Best Actress. The movie was also the first release for Robbie's Los Angeles-based production company, Lucky Chap Entertainment, which she founded with her husband and 2 friends years earlier. Since its 2014 beginnings, the company's goal has been to place a focal point on female-led stories in movies and television, which Lucky Chap has accomplished with films like I, Tonya, Birds of Prey, Promising Young Women 2020, and shows like Hulu's Dollface. Recent movies, Amsterdam, Babylon, and Asteroid City. In recent years, Robbie's star power has continued to shine after reprising her role as Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey 2020, The Suicide Squad 2021. The actor moved on to 2022's Amsterdam. In the period piece set during World War I, Robbie plays Valerie Vos, a nurse who helped 2 injured soldiers, played by Christian Bale and John David Washington. The film loosely follows a conspiracy plot to remove President Franklin D. Roosevelt from office and replace him with a dictator. That's all I got.
That same year, what? That same year, the release of Babylon, in which Robbie's Nellie Leroy and other characters try to live out their dreams of achieving Hollywood fame and stardom in the 1920s. In the rapidly evolving film industry, Nellie struggles to adapt and succumbs to vices that include drug use and gambling, which jeopardize her it girl status and career. The role earned Robbie her third Golden Globe nomination and second for Best Actress. Robbie was also among the star-studded cast in Wes Anderson's 2023 Asteroid City, which offers a meta-story within a story plot that takes place in a 1950s desert town. Other cast members included Jason Schwartzman, Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hanks, Tilda Swinton, Edward Norton, Adrian Brody, and Maya Hawke. Barbie. Margot Robbie looks to the right of the camera while smiling. This is where I was saying it's like weird how it's written. Margot Robbie looks to the right of the camera while smiling. She stands on a pink carpet in front of a Barbie movie backdrop.
That's part of the movie.
While wearing...
That's probably so. Whenever there's images,
Yeah.
so they're probably describing the image.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to read that then.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, in the biography, there's like images for certain things. And
Okay.
That's probably just describing the image.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. In 2019, Warner Brothers and Mattel announced Robbie would be taking on the role of Barbie in Greta Gerwig's highly anticipated Barbie live-action movie. Robbie's Lucky Chap Entertainment is also co-producing the project. During the press tour leading up to the film's July 2023 release, Robbie wore some of Barbie's most iconic looks throughout the years, including 1990s Enchanted Evening doll, 1960s Solo and the Spotlight doll, the 1992 Totally Hair doll, and a dress inspired by the 1959 black and white swimsuit Barbie. The internet collectively obsessed over the opening shot in a Barbie trailer that showed a pair of feet, soon revealed to be Robbie's, sliding out of a heeled sandals and not losing the tiptoe arch stance of an actual Barbie doll's feet. Robbie, who is 5'6", has previously mentioned that having big feet can be embarrassing when she can't find heels in her size, but recently said she's really flattered that people are excited about my feet. In the movie, Robbie's Barbie has an existential crisis that takes her away from Barbie Land and brings her to the real world. Ryan Gosling co-stars as Ken, while other Hollywood heavyweights like Simu Liu play different iterations of the Ken doll. Issa Rae, Will Ferrell, Kate McKinnon, America Ferrera, Emma McKay, Dua Lipa, and Michael Cera also appear in the film. Husband. That's another
Where was Dua
image.
Lipa at?
Huh?
Where was Dua Lipa? Where is she at?
She's in the movie.
Where in the...
I don't fucking know. I don't remember what she looks like.
I think she was the big girl.
No, she's
Yeah.
skinny.
Is she skinny?
Yeah.
Robbie met assistant director Tom Ackerley in the World War II drama Sweet Francaise. The two began dating and eventually got married in December of 2016. They don't have any children. Robbie's net worth shot up significantly in 2023 thanks to the actor starring role in Barbie. According to Variety, Robbie's salary for the role was $12.5 million, boosting her total net worth to an estimated $40 million.
Can you imagine making $12 million off of like
One job.
one job, dude? $12 million, dude. I would live the rest of my life off of $12 million. Easily.
We don't live fabulous lives, though.
I'll become an actress, Dad. I'll help you.
Please do. Just buy me a house. That's all. I just want to live for free the rest of my life. That's all.
I'll
I'll come
become an
live with
actress.
you. I'll clean your house. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
cleaning and cook.
Get
I
a
cook.
man-
I'm a good cook.
Just get a
Even Karen's
mansion,
like, yeah.
and we'll all move in and just... we'll
Just
take
buy
care
a
of
giant
this.
compound and we'll all move in on the compound.
All right.
Good to go.
Yeah, you don't
You
have to
actually
hire
want-
gardeners or cooks
Mhm.
and cleaners and
We
all that.
got
We'll,
you.
we'll
We
take
got
care of
you.
it.
You actually want me to become an actress? I can. I'm good at acting. I am.
Are you acting right now?
Yeah.
You had me fooled.
I know.
So is she or isn't she? Anyway, favorite Margot Robbie movie? Go.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
To be honest, I don't know if I've seen a whole lot of them. If you asked me
Yeah.
Samara Weaving, I could answer.
What was... Ada made me watch one with her one time, but I don't remember what it was called. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the
Eric?
They said it.
Hold on.
Oh my, you guys are.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
Because I'm not familiar with a lot of her.
Okay,
stuff.
I can give you two of them right now that I love: Wolf of Wall Street and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. My two
I've seen
favorites.
neither. That's
Yeah,
the problem.
that was
the
I want
one
to. Yeah, I
Yeah,
want
I
to.
haven't seen those
Wolf
yet.
of Wall Street
Yeah.
is awesome. Full frontal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I mean, I could say Suicide Squad just because that's the only one I've seen.
You've seen Barbie now.
Sure.
Yeah, Suicide Squad was the only one I really seen her in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess that's the only one I can say because
Oh,
that's
wow,
the
really?
only one I've seen that I
You really need to watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
know.
I've
But
been
it's not
meaning to
streaming
watch The
anywhere.
Wolf.
I can't find it
That's
anywhere.
because it's a fucking Quentin Tarantino
I
movie.
know.
I've been meaning to watch
Well,
The
that
Wolf of
doesn't
Wall
mean
Street.
anything. I just watched Inglourious Bastards on Netflix the other day.
I'd imagine The Wolf of Wall Street she does a really good job in.
Oh, she's awesome. in it.
Yeah.
She's great. She doesn't have a lot of screen time.
I
but
just didn't have any real interest in that one because I already know the story.
Yeah.
So I didn't really.
It's good.
care.
I think my favorite though of hers is probably Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, just because she's Sharon Tate.
Yeah,
That's Sharon
I have
Tate.
a lot of interest in that just because of the true crime aspect.
Yeah.
But
It's really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on here. That was your creator profile. That's Margot Robbie,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that she's not done. She's one of those powerhouses in Hollywood right now. She's only
Oh,
getting
yeah,
started.
she says.
Yeah, she's only getting started. So, anyway, let's move on here. What's everybody been watching?
What the hell have you been watching?
Let's start with Karen.
Evil Lives Here. I watched Talk to Me, and then I watched Purge Anarchy, The Animal, and Purge Electioneer.
Did we watch Talk to Me? Did I say that I watched that last week?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
you did.
I don't remember if you did or not.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I think I did too, because I think I watched it the same day that we watched Strays.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Crystal was like 2 movies in one day.
Yeah. What'd you think of Talk to Me?
I don't think it was bad. I mean,
No,
it was.
yeah.
It wasn't like mind blowing, but
Right.
it wasn't bad.
I thought it was
It
good.
started out really, really, really strong. Like I was like in it, and then it kind of,
Fizzled out a little bit. Yeah.
A lot
It
of
wasn't
movies-
enough to say like it was terrible. It didn't end
Oh, I didn't
terribly.
think
It just kind of
yeah.
ended run of the mill, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. I'll say it was better than. It was better than the Last Voyage of Demeter.
It got my attention in the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah,
the
and it was-
beginning got my fucking attention.
It was
but
definitely
then it was
better
just,
than that other fucking movie that we just recently watched.
Boogeyman.
Yeah, the Boogeyman.
yeah.
That movie sucked ass.
Talk to Me definitely got my attention.
Yeah.
At the beginning,
Hasn't the
and then it
Boogeyman
just-
been like in trailer, like on a trailer forever now?
I don't know.
Pretty sure it has.
All right, Eric, what'd you watch?
So Saturday we watched the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Did
movie.
you like that?
It was okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I mean, I didn't really get into it. You know, it was
It's
hard.
kind of a wild movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It
And
was-
it's like I said, it's so dark, it's hard to see with the art style,
Yeah.
you know? So,
I
but
mean,
then again, I watched it in a theater, so maybe watching it at home would be a little bit different
I haven't watched, we
rather
haven't
than
watched
looking at a
it yet.
giant screen.
Right. And then I watched the last episode of the Ahsoka. And then I watched Gangs of New York.
What's your review on that? We already did it.
I know,
so-
I know. I've always liked that movie.
It's a good fucking movie.
Yeah, it's not bad
one
at
of
all.
my top movies. I
Yeah.
really enjoy it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I
Okay.
got.
Madison.
I watched The Walking Dead, a few episodes, and then what was that movie called again? Little
Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers. I always thought that movie was called Little Soldiers when I was a kid. Like, everybody was always-
the old '90s small.
The one about the toys that.
Yeah,
Are programmed to fight each other.
yeah.
Ends up
Gorgons and
fighting.
Yeah, the
Commandos,
Gorgons.
Yeah,
And, or the Gorgonites. Or no,
Yeah.
it's Gorgon.
Gorgonites.
Gorgonites, yeah.
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 Yeah, I think that's it.
Daryl
Gorgon's like
Dixon.
Medusa.
Mhm.
I didn't get to watch that. I already told you
Oh.
that.
I watched Small Soldiers, which is a fucking classic in my opinion. Directed by Joe Dante, the same guy that directed Gremlins.
Mhm.
And you could see a lot of that in the movie. It's almost like Gremlins, actually, in a lot of ways. Watched, man, Crystal had never seen Joyride. So we watched Joyride.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie. I was like, you've never seen Joyride? And there's some parts about the movie that I forgot, like the part where she's in the hotel with taped up and that shotgun. I was like, fuck, I can't remember. Did she die? I'm thinking like, am I thinking of a different movie or did she get her head blown off right here? And I'm like, so I
you
was
were thinking of Drive, weren't you? Like when she gets her head blown off in the bathroom.
What is it?
In Drive.
No, I wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking of something else though. Maybe I was thinking of the original Hitcher.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. I don't remember.
There's so many of those movies that follow
they kind of follow that
plot and
So, because I know the Hitcher, both the original and the remake are both good.
Yeah,
they're both good. But anyway, it's a good movie, and she liked it. She said the next day she had to go to a job thing, and she was like on the highway. She was like just paranoid about all the semis.
I would imagine.
It's a good movie though.
That's the worst movie to watch and then go on a road trip. No,
or watch on a road trip. I've watched a couple of episodes of Supernatural. I've got like 3 or 4 episodes left of season 11. I'm like I'm trying to get through it, man. I'm really trying.
I made my first thing out of that cookbook tonight.
Did you?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was an Asian salad. It was Bobby's thing that he ordered at a restaurant one time.
Speaking of which, did you know that Bobby's in Joyride?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. He was the cop. He was one of the cops. Mm-hmm. It's funny.
Yeah. Balls.
Turn your bike down.
So I watched that.
Oh, let me just turn. Sorry.
I watched that mini-series on limited mini-series or whatever, that 3 episodes of Arnold, about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What's that on?
It's on Netflix. So each episode, the first episode's all about his bodybuilding years. Mm-hmm. Second episode's all about his acting years, and then the third episode's all about his career and
how long are they?
Political. An hour apiece.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's really good. Like, cause the entire I went to sleep dreaming about his voice because he talks a lot. Like he does. Like you hear and see him most of it. Yeah. Like it's all Arnold, you know. And so it was pretty cool. It was really interesting.
I went to sleep dreaming about his voice.
I did though. Like seriously, I woke up dreaming because I was dreaming about his.
Joseph, you have to get up. Your alarm clock's going
off. You know what I mean? I'm like, because I watched all 3 episodes back to back. So it was a lot of Arnold in one night.
Beep
right?
beep, yeah. Joseph, you got to wake up.
Time to get up. Time to get up. Get to the chopper!
Get to the shower!
Get to the shower!
Instead of beeping here.
I didn't realize how good I was at doing that. So just now.
Oh, God.
It's not
Where's
a tumor.
Alec when you need him, man? Like,
it's not a tumor, you just have to poop.
Alec can do it like spot on.
Yeah. Alec was always really good at it.
Dad, don't fool yourself. I heard you practicing in your sleep.
I was practicing. Probably was. That's probably why I'm so good at it. I love Arnold. But yeah, it was pretty good. So I would suggest watching it if you're any kind of fan of his old action movies and shit like that. I will say he was a very it paints him in a light with his political career that made it seem like he did good and he was good at what he did. But I'm watching him you were a terrible politician. You're like I'm gonna put up a cigar tent outside our building and that's where we're gonna hold our meetings. No, you just want to smoke cigars and try to woo people, but you weren't good at the job, dude.
I don't know much about his political career.
Yeah, honestly. I didn't either until I watched this, and they're trying to paint it in this light that he was a good, not really. You make it sound really simple, and it's not. Anyway, last thing I watched was I binged watched the entire newest season of Black Mirror. I don't know why. I think because I was I love Black Mirror.
Yeah, I did too.
And I just binged watched it.
How many episodes?
5.
How long were they?
Some of them were an hour, some were an hour 15.
Yeah, they're usually.
You sat down for an hour?
No, I watched it over the course of 2 days.
Yeah, they vary the length.
A lot of but the thing about Black Mirror is there is no bad episode. They're just different episodes, and some of them you like more than others, but none of them are really bad.
Is that what you think about your children?
Some I really did not like.
Like what?
The video game one.
Okay, wait, which one? The VR thing?
The VR one.
Yeah, see, my brother said the same thing. He said he didn't like that one that much.
I don't like that one at all.
I guess I agree, but that's only because I like that one because it's got Wyatt Russell in it.
No, not that one.
That's the VR one.
No, the one with the. It was one towards the
Oh,
end. That was
yeah.
stupid as fuck.
You're talking about the one about the two dudes.
Yes.
And I guess you're right. That was a
That was
dumb.
stupid
And that
as
one also
fuck.
had Yahya Abdul-Mateen
Yeah.
in the second in it, and he's a great actor. What
Yeah.
a waste.
That's what. Yeah,
I agree.
Exactly.
I don't really like that episode.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
No, I love the one with Wyatt in it. That was really good.
Yeah, maybe that's the one my brother was talking about. No, because he said play was called Playtest. Anyway,
Yeah, no, I like that one.
the only thing I didn't like about the new season is there are like a lot of episodes that like don't pertain to electronics or anything like that.
Well, that's the whole shtick.
Huh?
Isn't that the whole shtick?
That's the whole yeah. And the newest in one of the episodes, it was like about this girl, and she like is involved in a hit and run. So like she leaves her movie set and like blah blah blah. Have you seen the new season?
Not yet.
And well, I don't want to give it away. Never mind.
Yeah,
So,
I want to see it.
Yeah.
I love.
there's
Black
this one
Mirror.
that like it's about the paparazzi and shit, and I'm just kind of like
the season before this, I would argue is like the worst season, and it wasn't because they were all bad. They were just like there was only like one or two really good episodes, and the rest were kind of meh or. Ugh.
yeah, like this one didn't have a lot of like electronic based
Yeah, that doesn't
things
make any
to
sense.
it. I'm like, so they're just might as well just be like, I don't know, just stories at this point.
there
You know,
again,
there's
though,
no
some of the-
base.
some of the earlier ones, they didn't have a lot of technology in it, but usually technology
Well, they
was what
evolved
created,
around something created from technology.
Yeah, the technology created
like the third
story.
episode of the first season was about that politician,
Mm-hmm.
about the girl who got kidnapped or whatever, and he had to fuck a pig on live television,
Mm-hmm.
and that was based around like social media and the media in general.
Well, there was one that I'm thinking of that where like there was like a it seemed like it was like a zombie outbreak or something like that, and then you find out that it was more like
Talking about the military one,
yeah,
yeah,
and it was more like
that was probably one of my least favorites too, though.
yeah, but it was that one. Why I'm saying that, you know, it doesn't seem like they all have to have technology in it, but what it turned out to be was that, you know, they were like rounding people up for these simulations and letting people watch it or whatever.
yeah.
So it was technology, but you didn't know until the very end,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know, man. Most of the episodes are good. Some of them are forgettable. Don't get me wrong.
Sure,
some of
yeah.
them are forgettable.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I watch. I'm not saying that it was a bad season. It was a good season. I will give it that. So because there were some really good episodes, and they brought in some good actors for a lot of the episodes. Like Zaza Beetz was in the one about the paparazzi I was just telling you
Yeah, I
about.
seen the one girl from Schitt's Creek was in it.
Yeah, she's in the first episode.
Yeah,
The
I
one with-
love her.
It had her.
You, David.
It had her. What's her face? God damn it. Selma Hayek is in it, and a
I
couple
seen
other
that.
people. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good episode. Actually a really good episode. Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
But anyway,
I've been meaning to, just haven't gotten around to it.
That's what I've watched. All right, well, let's move on here to let's talk about the movie.
Let's talk about the movie.
Woo!
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the movie.
Get into the movie.
We just needed to have all the bumps, Arnold. Like, shut up!
For one whole episode, just nothing but Arnold.
Nothing but Arnold quotes.
It's funny.
We got to do that for
Muscusi,
Terminator.
Muscusi.
Miss Scusi. I can't even do it.
I don't even know how to. I'm trying to say, I don't give a fuck, Keisha. I don't fucking know. Groovy. I don't fuck. I'm getting really
How many
bad at
assholes are on this ship anyhow?
that. I knew it. I was surrounded by assholes.
Keep firing assholes.
All right. So this week we watched Barbie. That new goddamn movie from Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling.
You should let me run upstairs and get one of my Barbies so I can play with Barbies while we're down here.
Let's not do that.
Why?
Let's not get weird about it.
I'm not weird. I'm a Barbie fan, y'all.
No, you're
I'm a
not.
feminist.
Anyway,
Yeah.
do you have plot synopsis, Karen?
I do, and this time I wasn't surprised by
I
it.
figured.
Barbie and Ken are having the time of their lives in colorful and seemingly perfect world of Barbie Land. However, when they get a chance to go to the real world, they soon discover the joys and perils of living among humans. 1 hour and 54 goddamn minutes.
Oh.
PG-13.
I felt every bit of that hour and 54 minutes, too.
Margot Robbie as Barbie. Ryan Gosling as Ken, America Ferrera as Gloria, and Kate McKinnon as Barbie. And that's as
They're
far
all
as I'm
just a
going.
bunch
They're
of
all
Barbies.
Barbie and Ken.
All right, let's go around the table. Would you watch? Would you recommend? Eric.
No.
Simple. Karen, would you?
I would not watch, and anybody I would talk to would not watch, would not like it. So no, I guess no.
I'll go back on that. I would recommend it to people I hate.
Madison, what about you?
I wouldn't watch it of my own free will. No. But it is probably going to make me watch it with her because I think she's seen it. She said she's seen it, but she also watched Scream without me, and she forced me to go back and watch it with her again.
Okay, but would you recommend it too?
To little girls. No, not to little girls. That'll ruin them.
No.
Never mind, no, I
What
wouldn't
are you
recommend
doing?
it.
What are
I wouldn't
you-
recommend it. I'm sorry. I take that back.
It'll ruin them.
I was thinking about the name. Not the movie.
I think for me, it's a hard no and a hard no. I'll never watch this movie again, and I'll never recommend it to anybody because
I did learn a lot though.
I learned a lot of bullshit. I learned that you can take a SpongeBob show and turn it into a Barbie movie.
I learned that boys are stupid and I'm oppressed. I didn't know that I was oppressed.
Yeah, well,
But
watching
now
this
I know.
movie,
I didn't know I was depressed.
this movie made me depressed. Anyway, let's move on. Wow, we're already bashing the fuck out of this movie.
I had to get that out.
Yeah.
I had to get it out.
All
I
right,
didn't know
so
I was oppressed.
heavy spoilers. If you guys haven't seen the movie,
Don't watch it.
do yourself a disservice and go watch it.
Just listen to this.
Listen to this.
Yeah, listen to Save Yourself Some Time.
I'm not going to say that it's a completely terrible movie. It is not completely terrible. There are some aspects of the movie that I'm like,
they
oh
were-
wow, that's good.
Mhm.
But then most of it is just like, what the fuck is going on? So we're gonna get there. Anyway, I'm gonna read the whole film. This is spoilers and all that good stuff. So here we go. The film opens with a parody of 2001: A Space Odyssey, where it is shown through the voice of the narrator. Shown through the voice of the narrator that the Barbie doll has been around since the dawn of girlhood. That's not true. Random little girls are seen shattering their typical baby dolls in favor of the Barbie. Which, okay.
Why did they have to shatter the baby dolls though?
Right?
I think it's showing an expression of because they had explained in the movie, girls were taught to be moms. They were taught to be moms, not women with power. And I get that. That's fine.
Sure,
I'm
I
good
get
with that.
it.
I'm
I
good
get
with
it.
Because girls don't want to just play with little baby dolls so they can learn how to be mommies when they grow up.
Mhm.
Sometimes girls don't want to have kids. Sometimes girls want to go on and have careers and strong women. I'm good with that.
But did they have to smash the baby's faces? Is all I'm
Yeah.
saying. Did
was-
they have to?
I'll be
like
honest with
anger.
you, I kind of enjoyed that a little bit.
It's
have-
anger management classes, Karen.
But babies.
We all get that. Yeah.
But babies.
Babies.
Yeah.
All I thought was, well, they're not.
I
gonna be
would
good
join that
parents.
class in a heartbeat.
I just
Maybe you shouldn't
don't.
have any kids.
I
all
wasn't
right.
planning on it.
In the world of Barbie Land, there are multiple Barbies and multiple Kens, as well as Alan, a
Alan
pregnant
was the
doll
best.
and a pregnant doll named Midge.
Midge.
There is a President Barbie, Physicist Barbie, Doctor Barbie, Writer Barbie, Diplomat Barbie, Journalist Barbie, Mermaid Barbie, among others. The Kens
surprised
live.
I- That
Businesses
many.
have Barbie.
Yeah, there's a Barbie for everything. Where's prostitute Barbie?
Do you think there's a Mason Barbie, Dad?
There would have to be.
It would have to be a Ken. Remember Ken working sign? They had the Ken working sign.
Oh, they did?
And they were trying to build the wall, but they were building
I don't know
it
because whenever
up.
she goes to the real world, she's like, "Oh, look, a construction site. There's a lot. I bet there's all kinds of girl power there." And she
Oh,
goes over
yeah.
there like just a bunch of dudes, like, "Hey, girl, what's up?" And she's like, "Oh my god, you know."
Remember
Oh my
when
God,
they were working
men,
on the Ken
men.
working- yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
Does anything get done?
Ew.
Okay, so all right.
Well, they
hold
don't
on.
have any parts, so I mean, it makes sense that they're not
They were
really
like,
into the dudes.
I don't
guess
have junk.
she's like, I don't have a vagina.
and he doesn't have a penis.
I don't have.
Oh,
He's like, I so have a penis.
He's like, "I have a
He's
penis."
Like,
I have
no,
all
he
the
said. He said,
genitals.
I have testicles.
No, he says, "I have all the genitals,"
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, he did.
The Kens live dependent on their relationship to their Barbies. The main Barbie goes about her day enjoying her life in Barbie Land with her Ken and with her fellow Barbies. That's not true. She doesn't even pay any attention to Ken.
Yeah, should give no
Original
fucks
Ken
about
has a rivalry
She didn't even care where he slept.
with Taurus Ken, and they threaten to beach off one another.
Yeah.
No, I'll beat
yeah.
you up.
I do like that part. I hate that they showed that in the trailer
Yeah.
because it would have been so much better if they didn't.
So much beaching off. Going
Yeah,
on.
so much beaching off. The Barbies and Kens all have a dance party to celebrate how great life in Barbie Land is. Until stereotypical Barbie comments on if anyone thinks about dying. Which was kind of funny.
It was.
Completely.
Completely,
Ever think about dying?
yeah, completely killing the vibe. Later on, Barbie starts to notice.
I had a lot of high hopes at the beginning. I was like, well, this isn't really
Yeah,
so
that's
bad.
what I thought.
Right?
This
I was
ain't
like,
so
okay,
bad.
This isn't so bad.
Yeah. Completely killing the vibe. Later on, Barbie starts to notice strange things going on in her life, including her heels now touching the ground and her skin having cellulite.
Which I really loved that was her first clue that something was wrong. Like her feet went flat. Like that was hilarious to me, actually.
Yeah, because obviously Barbie's always been up on
I got annoyed so
Like her
much.
feet went flat and she's like, oh.
I got annoyed.
She's
right
looking
off
around
the
like,
bat
oh
with
my
them
God,
saying
people are gonna
hi,
start
Barbie
looking.
constantly. The
Hi, Barbie. Hi,
I was
Barbie.
like,
Hi,
Shut
Barbie.
the fuck up.
It was very annoying. Oh, fuck, I lost my spot. Later
Hi,
on,
Ken.
Barbie
Hi,
starts
Barbie. Hi, Ken. Hey, Alan.
to... Later on, Barbie starts to notice strange things going on in her life, including her heels now touching the ground and her skin having cellulite. She is advised by the other Barbies to visit Weird Barbie, who has had her hair cut, her face drawn on, and does the splits.
Who was the only cool Barbie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kate
I thought
They
that was
McKinnon.
chose the
Weird
right
Barbie.
actress to play Weird
For
Barbie,
sure,
though.
but she was the
That's
only
for
cool
sure.
one.
They what?
They chose the right actress.
Oh,
to
for
play
sure.
Oh,
Kate
yeah.
McKinnon's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, she is weird in general.
Yeah. I have a
She's
note
she.
on-
I've missed her. Like I don't watch SNL anymore since she's left.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like she was like one of the best last good people on.
Speaking,
SNL.
like, so you got Ryan Gosling in this movie and her. Did you ever watch the alien thing between her and him in the SNL? It was an SNL skit.
Oh
They
yeah,
were both
about yeah,
abducted.
well the one where they're in there smoking the cigarette.
She
Dude, he
was-
could.
No, she was smoking. He
Yeah,
couldn't keep a
He
straight
couldn't keep a
face.
straight face. He kept laughing because that shit is funny.
That was
If you've
hilarious.
never seen that,
Have
one,
you
that's a
ever
good
seen
one.
that?
No.
Oh.
Aliens.
They're talking about they're in like this therapy class or whatever,
Yeah,
and like they're talking about
their
how their experience with an
from
alien.
being abducted.
Yeah,
And her and Ryan Gosling are in the same like therapy class or whatever, and she's talking about her experience, and then she starts using him as like a way to show what happened to her. And he cannot keep a straight face.
It's pretty
Like,
funny.
He's almost dying.
Mhm.
Like, and he's trying to keep a straight face, but he's sitting there like he's literally going, like losing his shit.
she was another good one with her in it. Not with him, but like with her in it is where she plays the mermaid. She's like the really ugly mermaid.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny, man. Anyway, let's move on.
Sorry.
She explains to Barbie that there might be something going on in the real world with the girl who plays with her. That's what she said. And she must set out to find out what is going on with her. Barbie drives her way out of Barbie Land in the real world, accompanied by a stowaway Ken. All right. The duo managed to arrive at Venice Beach, wherein they get into trouble with law enforcement after Barbie punches a pedestrian who sexually assaults her by slapping her on the buttocks. Which is funny. I don't know how she got arrested and not him. Because he totally would have been arrested too. So
Because if you didn't notice, this
Especially
whole
in
thing is
California.
about real world is against women, but Barbie Land is all about women.
right,
There
like-
is no gray area.
Yeah, no, not in the real world. If you walk up and smack some strange girl on the ass and she punches you in the face, she's not going to jail.
No.
That cop is going to be like, "You're going to jail for sexual assault, dude." So that's just how that works in the real world. After they are released from temporary custody, Barbie goes off to try to find her owner. Barbie takes a moment to sit on a bench and see visions of a happily playing with her, a girl happily playing with her until the girl ends up becoming less joyful. Okay, so this scene is one of those scenes that I was talking about where
It's a good scene.
it's a good scene.
It's like the most wholesome.
It is the
scene
most
in
wholesome scene of this entire movie. And she's like just looking around at the world around her, and in the real world, not even just the people, but also the trees, and it was just a
Well, and like when she's
made
got her eyes
scene.
closed and she's seeing the girl or
Yeah,
whatever.
it is so good. And then she looks over at this
And the
old
old
lady
lady.
just sitting here, and she just says, "You are so beautiful." And the old lady says, "I
know
know,
it.
you know,"
Yeah.
and it's very
It's
sweet.
such a good scene.
It's a good
I
scene, and then
agree.
there's
I
the
wrote
rest
that
of
down.
the movie.
Right.
I wrote that down.
There's the rest of
And-
this movie.
And the thing about it is like that scene doesn't necessarily like, other than the little girl part, it doesn't necessarily push the movie forward in any way, but it's such a good scene.
But that's the problem with this movie is it's everywhere. It doesn't know where it wants to stand. Are you a slapstick fucking retarded Will Ferrell movie? Or are you like trying to get a point across? Because
Speaking of
I'm
Will
missing
Ferrell-
the fucking point.
Speaking of Will Ferrell in this movie, I usually enjoy the hell out of that guy's humor. I do.
Oh, he was
I think,
dumb as shit.
I
in
think
this
he's
movie.
hilarious 99% of the time. But in this movie, he annoyed the shit out of me. He was like over the top and not at all funny.
He wasn't funny at all in this movie. He was like, I don't even know what.
It seemed like it was forced.
Yeah.
Like somebody held a gun to his head and it's
like,
like,
hey,
you gotta
you need
be
to
in
do the Barbie
movie.
movie. Yeah, like he was just so dumb in this movie. I was like, is he trying to be funny? And then he's being like followed around by all of his business guys, and I'm like, him alone would be fine, but you've got all these weird dudes following around, and it's just a weird thing. Like he's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey,
There
let's
was
move
really
on.
no reason for him to even go to Barbie Land, though. Like, he had no big impact on
No,
it.
he didn't. He had no big impact on the movie in general. I just think that this part of the movie where she's like sitting on that bench and all that, I was like, oh my god, like this is
It
a
was
really
beautiful,
good scene.
Yeah.
Like that's a good scene. I really like that. It was well made.
Mhm.
It was thoughtful. It felt thoughtful. I felt it.
Mhm.
And then here comes Ken. Hey Barbie! Like, oh, you just ruined that shit. Okay.
Just like
And by the way, Ryan Gosling in this movie annoyed the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And I love Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
All right. Anyway.
just like the part where she meets Ruth for the first time. That's another wholesome.
Yeah, it's a
part.
beautiful scene.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
like that.
not the first time. Well, yeah, the first time.
First time.
But
Yeah,
also
and then
the
the second,
end
yeah.
where
Yeah.
we'll get to that. So causing Barbie to shed tears, which was a very like well acted scene.
Yeah.
She then looks to her side and sees an old woman sitting next to her. Barbie tells her she is beautiful, and the woman says she knows. Based on her visions, Barbie is directed to a high school girl named Sasha, who says she no longer plays with Barbies because they are incorrect, unrealistic beauty standards. Meanwhile, after Barbie and Ken split off, Ken ends up learning about the patriarchy. So
This-
Barbie spends like 50% of this movie crying. And I don't like that. Like, I didn't like that Margot Robbie was just crying all the time. Like, that was the first part where, like, maybe she said to tear with the old lady, but then, like, whenever that girl, like, bitches her out, she's like, she starts crying. And I'm like,
It's because she doesn't, like, she didn't know that she was, like, making all these girls feel self-conscious. And by crying, it was showing that Barbie's not perfect, too.
no,
That
what
you
it
don't have
is
to
it's
be
showing
just like
her,
Barbie.
it's showing a woman in the real world. What the real world does to a woman and how it makes them feel the way they feel.
I would say it's more, she doesn't have any experience. She's never been made to, well, not one, she's always thought that Barbies were like
Perfect.
perfect. They
Inspiration.
made girls feel great, and they were, the reason why girls were ruling the world. And now she's one, finding out that that's not true, and two, feeling feelings for the first time.
Okay, I guess. To
I-
simplify it, I suppose, yeah.
I thought it was because it was, like, trying to tell people that Barbie's not perfect. Like, because Barbie cries, too, and Barbie's not perfect. You don't have to be exactly like Barbie. You don't have to have the, like, same shape or whatever.
I
as
guess
Barbie,
this
because,
is
like,
an instance where you could take it any way you want, but I took it as it was almost like they were trying to say this is what the world does to women. That's how I took it. It makes them feel emotional and sad and
This is one time I didn't feel that way. I thought it was
yeah, I don't
more
think
she
it
was
supposed to-
just
experiencing,
not used to the feelings.
yeah,
that
she was
she's feeling.
experiencing. She's feeling it more because she's in the real world now, and she's never had to experience feelings. And she literally went into this world completely thinking that like women ruled it,
Right,
because
she
that's what
was-
she's always been taught. Barbies made women rule the world because they were taught that women could do anything, and now she's learning for the first time that that's not true.
Right.
So I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's a hell of a lot to be smacked with at once.
Yeah.
Okay, so meanwhile, Ken ends up learning about the patriarchy, seeing it as something positive. Barbie ends up at Mattel, the company that makes Barbies. The CEO learns of her presence in the real world, which is overheard by an employee named Gloria, who is also Sasha's mother, conveniently.
I knew that Sasha's mother was the one that she was
Oh,
looking
for sure.
for.
I knew that too.
Because,
yeah.
like, when she's having that vision, it's not from Sasha's point of view.
It's from Mom's.
Yeah, it's somebody looking at Sasha.
Yeah. Barbie ends up in the boardroom of the employees, and the CEO tries to convince her to go back into a life-size box of to fix everything. She nearly agrees before changing her mind.
To help?
It would have put her back into Barbie Land.
Really?
Yeah.
It would have been like a reset.
It was like a reset, like a resell almost.
Oh.
So,
Either that or it would have put her to sleep, and they've got her, like, you know, some kind of Indiana Jones warehouse that they put Barbies that are malfunctioning.
well, maybe. CEO
Either way,
tries
it
to
wasn't
convince
good.
her to go back into the box. She nearly agrees before changing her mind and making a run for it. After Gloria picks up Sasha, she finds Barbie, who is being chased by the CEO and his
Why did they run
subordinates. Because it's just
like that? Whenever they're running around in
very...
cubicles?
Yeah, it's just dumb.
They-
I
they
don't know
couldn't
why.
catch her.
I don't know why. That was kind of a dumb scene, too. Them, like...
Trying to run around.
It was so
Categorically
like you
running,
said.
it
It
was
seems
weird.
like they couldn't quite figure out where they were going with it.
Yeah.
It's like 1 minute they're slapstick, 1 minute it's like serious, and 1 minute.
It's like kind-hearted.
I mean, like, you know, it's fine that you want your bad guys to be over the top and not be capable or, you know, competent enough to catch her, but like you can't
What
throw
even
slapstick
bad
in the
guys?
middle of this.
I know. This is where I'm at with it. Like, it's all over the place. Barbie then learns that Gloria is responsible for her current existential crisis due to Sasha being more moody around her lately. Barbie guides Gloria and Sasha back to Barbie Land, while the guys from Mattel try to find a way to track her down.
Don't blame me, blame Mattel.
When the three arrive in Barbie Land, they find that Ken has brought the patriarchy there, renaming the place
As
Kendom.
he understands it.
Yeah, as he understands it. Plays Kendom, and has now indoctrinated the other Kens into behaving more obnoxiously and more bro-like, because the rest of the Barbies to be causing the rest of the Barbies to become more subservient to them. This extends to the real world, where Ken's changed to Barbie dream houses to a Mojo Dojo Casa house.
Which was
Feels
the
good
Start
to
selling
say.
well.
ever.
Yeah.
It just feels good to say it. You gotta say it.
And also, I just want to say real quick that I find it kind of ridiculous that in a movie like this, where it's supposed to be all about feminism or whatever, and, like, you know, women are oppressed and all that, and they're showing how easy it is that the women are brainwashed by the bros.
Yeah. That's all it takes is a smart man to overthrow a woman.
It just takes a guy to be an asshole for me to go, oh, no. No.
While Barbie tries to
I don't
appeal to Ken and get him to change his mind,
It'd be,
He
"Shut
refuses-
up. What are you talking about?
For such a-
Stop it.
For such a
Being an
womanly
idiot.
movie, it just
Yeah.
one
He
sticking
refuses-
moment, I guess.
he refuses because he now feels more valued than he did before going to the real world with her. Barbie becomes depressed and feels she is no longer perfect as she was made to be. Gloria and Sasha take her car and leave her when she tells them to go home. A commercial for depressed Barbie plays before weird Barbie comes to get her friend. So that commercial was pretty fucking funny, though.
It was.
It was.
And, you know, like, honestly, I know that Ken took it too far, but maybe they shouldn't have been assholes to Ken's this whole time.
That's what I
Right.
thought. I was like, you guys were assholes to him.
They didn't even care where they slept.
Yeah, like
Like,
where do they sleep?
She's like, where do they sleep? You know what? I don't even know.
I bet her Ken sleeps on the beach.
Underneath the pier.
Probably. Shivering all night, and she didn't
With
even
other
care.
Ken and
While they're
I.
having girls' night.
Yeah, they probably all slept, like, under the same pier for warmth.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
On their way out of Barbie Land, Gloria and Sasha are startled to find Alan has stowed away with them since he is already sick of the Kens having taken over. I didn't know that Ken had a friend named Alan.
Yeah, it was like a 1965. I had to look it up.
That's
1965. He wears all of Ken's clothes.
Is that what he does? He just wears Ken's
That's one
clothes?
of the advertisements. It was like he's Ken's buddy, and Ken's clothes fit him or some shit like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he kicked
I
ass.
have a Justin
Yeah.
Bieber doll upstairs.
Yeah, he
Do you guys
did.
want to see it later?
No,
Not really.
I'm good.
A group of Kens are building a wall very poorly to stop anyone from getting.
That one was
As soon as we can
hilarious.
figure out how to build it sideways instead of up.
No, that's what Alan said. He was like, "We got to get out of here now before they figure out how to build it sideways instead of
Oh,
up."
that's what it was.
Because it said Ken's working, and it was a sign instead of men working. It said Ken's working, and they were building the wall straight up.
Was that like another jab at how men can't do it and women can?
Basically,
guess,
yes, yeah.
There's your Masons there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, it's yeah.
Let's see here, where do I go? Okay, so to stop anyone from getting in or out of Barbie Land, and Alan begins to fight them all himself, and he wins.
He does.
Sasha then decides,
He
yeah,
lost that
yeah, he
scene,
beats
right?
all their asses.
Yeah.
Sasha
Like,
then
"You want
decides,
more?"
yeah, Sasha then decides they should go back to Barbie Land and help Barbie because Gloria cares about her, and Sasha expresses support for her mother's ideas. Gloria and Sasha return to Barbie in Weird Barbie's dream house, along with some discontinued Barbies and Kens. Gloria talks to Barbie, who is still depressed, and gives
Sugar daddy.
and yeah, Sugar Daddy Ken, and then there
I
was
forgot about that.
Magic Earring Ken.
Meat
Yeah,
sugar.
you remember Magic Earring Ken?
No,
It's like 1990s. I remember because Linda had him.
Magic Earring Ken.
Yeah, and it was like he was like a huge. The reason I remember is because it was like this huge deal that she had him because he was worth a lot of money because all of a sudden he got pulled off the shelves
Because of
he
his earring.
He became like a huge like gay scene
Yeah.
thing, and that's why he got pulled off the shelves because they didn't want him to be a gay thing. He was supposed to be cool, but he became a gay icon thing, and yep,
It's pretty funny though.
yeah, I remember that.
Uh,
The things you remember from your childhood.
I'm telling you.
I remember her having that Ken doll and being like, he looks interesting.
Yeah.
And then like hearing about
I
that,
have that
I'm like,
same earring at home.
yeah.
Gloria talks to Barbie, who is still depressed, and gives an impassioned speech about the standards women have to deal with in the real world. This helps snap Barbie out of her funk, as same as the other Barbies also come to their senses and devise a plan to get the Kens to change their minds. Okay, so the part where she's like, Margot Robbie's like sitting there and she's crying again, of course. And like she goes, and the narrator comes on and says something about making it impossible to make Margot Robbie look ugly, but they had to work with what they. I'm like, this is another reason why I'm like, where is this fucking movie going? Like, where the narrator just hops in out of nowhere after almost 2 hours of movie here, like an hour and a half of movie, and you want to hop in now and say, by the way, this is Margot Robbie. Where this
He's
movie is very
incredibly beautiful,
self-aware.
and yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, like
I kind
we
of
don't
thought
need to
that
do
was
that.
funny, but I get what you're saying. Like, I just thought it was funny from that perspective that
it's almost like they had to throw that in there just to save their own ass because they're like, well, she's not actually ugly. We don't want people to standardize themselves to this standard and make them think that they're ugly because they're not as pretty as Margot Robbie. That's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Like, I just thought it was kind of a cop out, and they're like, you know, like almost like they were in the editing room.
Oh, I get what
and
you're
like,
saying.
oh
yeah.
shit, maybe we should backpedal
Dial
a little
it.
bit on that.
I got one for you in trivia.
Okay, well,
You're gonna like that.
yeah. I'm sure there's some good ones for
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
you're gonna love it.
Each Barbie tries to appeal to their Ken's egos before jumping to other Kens to make them jealous and fight each other, culminating in a dance-off and Ken's
Which was the
heartfelt "I'm
best
just
part
Ken"
of the
ballad.
movie.
I disagree. I
thought
hated
it was
every fucking
hilarious.
second of it.
I thought
It
it was
was
hilarious.
so like it was funny in certain parts of it. I just like watching Ryan Gosling.
To me,
dance
it was
and-
the best part because it was the only part that I was entertained by. Like, you got this crazy musical happening. He can sing, and you got this dance and singing number going on, and like It was the only part that was entertaining. Like, and that was their fight scene. Like, that was great.
It was like a Grease number.
Yeah.
He just watched Grease. So.
He did just watch Grease.
He pulled off all black outfit too, like the skinny jeans with the.
That's because it's Ryan Gosling.
He can pull off anything.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Well, it was a change of scenery considering he'd been wearing pink.
No shit. Or in that fucking giant fucking jacket. Fur coat.
Yeah. Tassels.
I just thought that scene was hilarious to me.
Ken goes to Barbie and admits that he feels he is defined by his relationship to her, as it's Barbie and Ken, not just Ken. Barbie apologizes for making him feel that way, but she also does not want to be known for just, or does not want to be known as just his girlfriend in Barbie Land. The Mattel guys arrive in Barbie Land just as the spirit of Ruth Handler, the creator of Barbie, appears to speak to her. Ruth tells Barbie that that while humans might have an end, her story does not have to. Did you fart? I just got a whiff of fart. Did you fart?
No. Mine would be going that way.
Did you fart, Karen?
No, because mine would be going that way too.
Mine would be going that way.
That's so weird. I just smelt it. Like it was just like.
Did you fart?
No, I didn't fart. That's so weird. Sorry.
Did it escape underneath your nose?
I just got like a whiff of something. Like damn. Like it was just like really fast. Like it just passed my nose.
You farted.
Maybe my upper lip.
You probably farted earlier and it just escaped.
Just
underneath
escaped.
your-
Yeah, it just escaped now. I had it like sealed up in there.
Yeah, you just like moved your left nut to the side.
And it released. This is why we didn't like Barbie.
Delayed timer.
Yeah. Anyway.
Delayed release.
Yes, release.
Okay, so she encourages her to choose her own destiny and holds her hands. Barbie closes her eyes and envisions other women and mothers before making her choice. Later on, Barbie rejoins Gloria and Sasha in the real world, now going by the name Barbara Handler. The two drop her off at a building where she makes an appointment to see a gynecologist.
Because she has.
Okay, so the ending of this movie didn't make any fucking sense to
She's
me.
human now.
So she comes out of Barbie Land and becomes a human, and her whole thing is she's going to the gynecologist. I thought she was getting dropped off at the building at Mattel. Maybe she was going to be like working at Mattel or something.
No, because you see, woman power is not about getting a job. It's about getting your vagina checked.
Yeah, apparently it's just all about getting your vagina looked
It's
at.
because before in the movie they were talking about how she doesn't have any junk.
You know, if they would have like stayed in the real world instead of going back to Barbie Land, if they would have stayed in real world for like 95% of the movie, and like Ken and Barbie actually like investigating the real world instead of just a blip of it, it might have been a little bit better of a movie.
I think if they didn't have such a big fucking mouth about what they were trying to say.
No, I think it's the people who made the movie had one way that they were going to represent the real world, and it wouldn't have mattered how much time they spent in the real world.
I'm just saying in like a movie aspect, they could have made it better by staying in the real world for like 95% of the movie instead of going back to Barbie Land and being all fucking...
Well, like, her getting arrested. Clearly that dude was in the wrong, but she got arrested. So no matter how long they spent in the real world, they were only going to portray the real world in one way,
as a man's world.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how long.
See, my problem with this movie is my main issue with this movie is that Barbie was supposed to, send women into the stratosphere of like independence and things like that. And this movie does the opposite. It does the opposite. It says women are capable. Women are this. Well, we already fucking know that. Yeah. We're not dumb. I don't know where this movie came from or why it was necessary. Why is this movie necessary?
I said the same thing when Jeremiah and I watched it. Like, I get the message that they're trying to throw out there,
but it's a message that was trying to be portrayed in the 60s, not in 2023.
Well, and they're going about it in such a
negative way.
hand-fisted way. Like
yeah,
it's
like
so.
you're taking it this way, like the way that, in my opinion, is absolutely the wrong way to do it. You're taking the other group, which is men, and
Yeah.
pushing them down in order to
Lift yourselves
lift
up, yeah.
women up, which is exactly what men did for so many years. Like, and that's why.
Yeah.
What's the point? That's absolutely not the way to do this. I mean, if,
Well, I
if
thought,
you're-
yeah, we all thought we learned our lessons years ago, and here
Yeah.
you are saying, men are stupid and women are awesome.
yeah,
Okay.
if we want like equality, which don't even get me started on that, but if that's the message you're going for,
Don't degrade
then
the other
show
side.
equality. Don't degrade the other side. Exactly.
Yeah. Like they said, Margot Robbie even said in an interview, this movie is for everyone. It's to show that everyone can be anything they want. Well, that's not what you're
That's
saying.
not the message that I got.
That's not the message I got. The message I got was that men suck because they're dicks and women are awesome because they do everything. That's what I got from this. And it's a very disappointing message.
Well, and at the beginning of the movie, women were just great because they were women. And then, that was clearly the message in Barbie Land. You're great because you're a Barbie, and you suck because you're a Ken.
You're just there to be there for Barbie whenever she needs you or whenever she wants you, which is almost never.
Yeah,
Yep.
they even
So-
said, they were like, Ken doesn't have a good day unless Barbie looks at him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's even what they said. They just are constantly pining over the moment or any time of the day where Barbie actually says hi to them.
So then, at the end of the movie, maybe there was supposed to be some kind of equality thing that we were supposed to get out of that. But, because they even said, like, this was the one thing that really irked me was when they said something about, could we have a Ken in the court, whatever, the Supreme Court? And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, maybe you could be in the circuit court, or maybe you could, something lower.
Yeah, something lower.
And they were like, oh, yeah, in 20 years from now, he'll be where women were in whatever time in the real world. And it's like, really?
Yeah, that's
Really?
exactly. So
Like,
they're
that's what we're
essentially,
doing?
yeah, and that's where I'm like,
I mean, did we, exactly like you
and
said,
especially
did we not
whenever,
learn?
yeah, especially whenever like the mom was like snapping all the Barbies out of like their little trance by like telling them how great they are and how they do everything, and it's like,
Or how bad it is,
Yeah.
Like,
How
she was
bad
going
it
on her
is.
grandstanding about how be this, but
Yeah.
you're this, and be this, but you're that, and be this, but you're that.
But you can't do this because you're doing that.
a man every day try to recognize these things. It's not like it used to be in the 40s and 50s. Every day in my household, it is 50-50. We do everything together. That's how
Yep.
this works. It's not me or her. It's both.
Yep.
Together. And that's how the world operates. That's how it is best operated.
Mhm.
Because if we don't work together, we're working separate.
Jerry, are you listening? You're supposed to be helping with the housework.
Yeah, you're supposed to be helping with the housework. Is it Jerry?
Jerry.
Jerry.
Fucking Jerry.
Fucking Jerry.
Who's Jerry?
Jerry's he would have been he was the guy from the fucking
He was on a review,
Review.
and he wasn't helping with housework. And she was
was she
trying
not
to
here for that one?
No, she was here. We were reviewing. His wife was reviewing a movie, and it turned into how her husband doesn't help her on the
I
house.
should have like screenshotted that
Yeah.
fucking review.
Yeah.
It was
But I
fucking
mean,
hilarious.
I agree with you. Like Jeremiah and I, we share everything. Everything's 50-50. Like and if your significant other is not doing that, then you guys need to work on
This
it.
is my biggest curiosity that whenever watching this movie was I wanted to know your point of view and I wanted to know your point of view because you are two different generations. You're a woman and you're a teenager. What did you take from the movie, Madison? What did you get from this? What did you come away from it thinking? Like,
Yeah, I'm
like
really
did you
interested
walk
to see
away
what
with like any sort of like, oh man, like a lesson of some kind?
I know there were like many lessons inside of the big feminist lesson, like the whole you don't have to look like Barbie.
Yeah,
to
okay,
look
that's
good.
and that's
I
fine.
liked that
Yeah,
message
yeah.
because a lot of
There
girls
are a
think they have
few
to look
messages
like,
in this movie that are like,
bathing
okay,
suit models, and they don't have to. But like that was the only one I really picked up on. I'd have to watch it multiple times.
I didn't get that one, but I guess that's because I don't care.
yeah, those are body image.
That's
in your
not-
30s and like that, you
I
stop
don't-
caring about the image of your body.
I don't care.
But like,
No.
the thing we got from it, because we live in a society now where everybody bickers about everything they have to do and what other people don't have to do. So, race is a problem. Femininity apparently is still a problem. I don't know how. And then just like certain equal rights are
only thing
these
I'll-
are all problems apparently to some people, and that's where I'm like, when do you ever see this in the real world?
The only thing I'll have to say, or that I think, is that, like, you know, we live in a part of the world maybe where, you know, or part
It's
of
not
the
as common.
country where we're not seeing it
Yeah.
as common.
I mean,
or
we
as much
are
of
in
a
Ohio.
problem.
Like, there's not racism here, at least not much of it.
No.
There's no fucking equal rights bullshit going on here. We're all just like, nah, we're all just here to work, do our jobs, and pay our bills. Like, that's how we all
here's
are.
the biggest thing I see. Like, today's society, like what we just discussed about the degradation of another race, another, you know, class, gender, whatever. How do you think that's going to work for equal rights? How does degrading one person, one set
That's
of people,
exactly-
going
But that's
to-
how they do things nowadays. They're so aspect. Race is the same thing. Race, whenever it comes to race, they're like, fuck the white man. Let's do this for this other race or whatever. Like, you know, people are very like, this is what I'm saying. Like, in order for someone to think they're doing something better for their cause, they have to
degrade.
degrade the other side of that cause. So
Which we've
If you-
proven time
yeah.
and time again does
that
not
does
work.
not work.
If you want equal,
Because all you're going to
rights-
do is create more hate.
if you want to make it equal for equal, then don't degrade the other side.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly. And I agree, because this movie itself, in my opinion, pushes
Find a way
back
to make it
that
better for
pushes that
everyone
fucking
and not
standard
one
back.
side.
Like, you know, you're backpedaling essentially. You're saying, oh, women are awesome and men suck. Well, you know, 80 years ago, we were saying men are awesome, women suck. And look at where that got
just
everybody.
gonna say I'm not considered property anymore. I can own property. I have a college degree. I'm doing all right.
It's so
I've
funny.
had women bosses.
It's so funny
I've-
because one of the things that I found to be very ironic about the movie was that the pregnant Barbie, the pregnant one, they were like
I mean-
ooh, pregnant Barbie or whatever, pregnant Midge or whatever. They were like, oh, I thought we discontinued her. It's like, so you're telling me you're gonna shun out the only thing that women actually can do that men cannot do?
Exactly. I even wrote that down and I forgot it was on this page and then I moved on. So yeah, so they got rid of the pregnant Barbie. Okay, and I'm a big girl, so I just want you to notice this before I say that. They got rid of the pregnant Barbie, but they kept the fat Barbie. Which I don't know about you, but I've never seen a fat Barbie.
I think recently.
Recently.
but not like,
Well, they also have a transgender in there, so
Yeah.
the one was a transgender.
Yeah, I know, the redheaded looking one or whatever.
I don't know what color her hair was.
Well, anyway, my point is that, like you said, that's the one thing women can do that men can't. So if
Yeah.
you're going to be empowered,
That should be your biggest empowerment, because the one thing that both
You can-
sides
but
can
see,
agree
that's
on.
the one thing that most women that are empowered use or say is like, I don't want kids. I don't have kids. You know, because then they can climb the corporate ladder or whatever because they don't have kids or whatever.
That
So
is the
I-
one choice that women most certainly have over their own bodies.
They
Their own
can-
bodies
yeah,
are their own temple, and they can choose whether or not they want to have children.
and they can create life.
Yeah, without like a woman, a man cannot reproduce.
No.
So I mean,
our population would die off.
just saying, like that's, and I just think it's funny that they're like, ew, gross, not pregnant Barbie. It's like, okay, so procreation, pro-life is a bad thing here, or what are
Yeah.
you trying to get at? I don't understand.
I didn't get how she was gross, but they were okay with the fat Barbie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not
I
trying
get
to,
what you're saying. You're not trying to like
I know
hate
that,
on
I
her or
know
anything,
that what they
but
were trying to say is that, like, you know, being a big girl is like, you know,
It's
they're
okay.
not body
It's
shaming.
okay.
And I
Yeah.
understand that. That's fine. It's a good message. I'm not saying it's a bad message. What I'm saying is that how is that any different than having a pregnant Barbie?
Well, here's the thing. Here's my thought on that too. So they might have wanted to discontinue the pregnant Barbie. So like in real world, you wouldn't want little girls having the idea. of
Okay,
wanting
see,
to be
this
getting
is where
pregnant
this
right
me and my
off the
brother
bat.
were talking about this earlier. So it is like they said. He said, "Well, maybe they didn't want to encourage underage pregnancy."
Yes, that's where.
Midge
but-
isn't underage.
Huh?
Midge
Exactly.
was never
I
underage.
understand.
Barbie is not underage. She is an adult. The whole point of Barbie is to take Barbie for what she is and idolize her. Idolize her as a police officer. Idolize police officer Barbie. Idolize male lady Barbie. Idolize fucking Dr. Barbie. You know what I mean? All these things. You're supposed to
Construction
idolize
Barbie.
these. Yeah, construction
Mermaid Barbie.
All these things that were supposed to be something that like you idolize so that you could attain as an
Can't
like
be a
these are all
mermaid.
things that like you're supposed to like girls are supposed to look at and be
Barbie
like,
didn't
oh,
say
I
that.
really look up to so and so Barbie
I
because
wanna be a mermaid.
I want to grow up to
I
be
wanna
just
be
like that.
mermaid
You know what I mean? So that's what I think that's the whole point of Barbie. So if there's a pregnant Barbie, there's nothing wrong with that. Like you're saying, that's like saying I want to grow up to be a mom. I want to be a mommy, and pregnant Barbie reflects that. I want to be able to have babies.
Dad.
So basically, like, by getting rid of the pregnant Barbie, you're shaming any girl that wants to be a mom.
Exactly, getting pregnant. Like you're making them feel like they're less.
They're less than for wanting to be a mom.
Even if they don't get pregnant on purpose, and they're like, oh my god, you know what I mean? What do I do? Well, there was a pregnant Barbie. You know, that's something that like you're essentially saying, no, pregnant Barbie is not okay. It's not okay to be pregnant if
Dad.
you don't want to be pregnant. You know what I mean?
Is it okay to be a John Cena mermaid?
Fuck yeah, John Cena's
Okay.
awesome. He does no wrong.
Well, but they had mermaid Barbies, and you can't be a mermaid. I want to be a mermaid.
You can't be a mermaid.
She
You
lied
gotta
to
go
me.
along
Wait,
and get-
hold up.
I
lied.
disagree. There
Hold up.
are
There
people who
are.
aspire to be mermaids in
No,
the real
hold on.
world.
There are jobs where you can be a mermaid at like Newport. And
No, actually, there are people who actually are. They pretend to be like, and it's a real.
Pretend.
If there's a documentary about this.
Pretend.
but I'm saying there are.
No,
careers.
they don't pretend. They think they are.
But I'm saying there are careers.
There are careers
Yeah, I know.
So-
in being mermaids,
So
yeah, you're
being a
right.
mermaid,
See,
there is a career where you can be a mermaid.
Mhm.
to perform for like people.
I
I
don't
would
have
start.
that
I would
kind
start
of-
worrying whenever they start coming out with like furry Barbie, or
Stop.
that's where you just got to start like,
That's what Monster High dolls were. Duh.
oh, yeah.
I couldn't be a mermaid anyway at this point.
I'm just kidding. I love Monster High dolls.
Anyway,
Just
I don't
saying.
know what else to say about this movie other than I don't know where they were trying to go with it. There were some good parts where it was like, oh my god, I actually, I felt that
There
a
was
little
some
bit.
funny moments.
There were
was
also some funny
yeah.
moments. Like the beach off scene was fucking funny.
Yeah. I
So-
like the dance number. I like
I'm
that.
not
I
I'm not
liked
against.
it.
It's not the worst part of the movie. Trust me.
I
like-
liked it.
I just But-
That Ken fight was corny as fuck.
I loved it.
I kind of liked the
I
Ken
loved
fight.
it.
liked the
I
Ken
did.
fight. I will
I
say
did.
that.
I did. I
liked
loved
corny as
it.
fuck.
When it came up, I was like, "Oh, this is the best." This
It
is
was the best
part
only
in the
because it
whole
was
movie.
it was finally like you were getting. It's like a breather from their overall message. It was just funny.
Yeah,
It's a good.
it
part.
was fun, and that's
Yeah.
it was.
and that's what you wanted out of
yeah.
a fucking Barbie movie,
Yeah.
not this overall message to
Mhm.
give little girls like, you are better than men. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
now hold on a minute here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
don't
agree.
know.
It was like a breather for me. So like when that happened, I was like, okay,
okay,
I like
finally
this.
something fun.
But
So
then it's like,
I don't get like don't get me wrong.
Yes.
I'm not against.
Oh, we're back to it.
I'm not against feminism, man. I'm not
Oh,
against.
and them riding in on their horses.
Yeah,
That was hilarious too.
I'm not against feminism, and I'm not against
No,
any of that stuff. I think that women can be independent. I think that they are strong. But to sit back and say that men aren't equal is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, when the feminists go into that category where they are degrading men left and right, that's when you're going too far.
Yeah.
Just like if a man
And
was
it's almost
degrading
like-
a woman, you're going.
And it's
too
almost
far.
like they don't even like care about like they don't even like rebuttal that message like that Kens aren't as good as Barbies.
Yeah, you should both.
They don't even say that.
empower-
They're just like, you are Ken, you are you, and
should-
I am Barbie, I am me. It's like,
Well,
yeah, but you're not even
It's
like
not
you're
Barbie
you're not
and
even
Ken,
apologizing
it's
for
Barbie.
But
and
both
it's
parties
Ken.
should empower both instead
Yeah.
of degrading one.
my
Exactly.
thing is like if I had a daughter, I've got two boys, but if I had a daughter, I'd raise her like mom raised me. And you've known me for a really long time. You're my brother. Have you ever known me in any way that I was never independent?
You're a piece
no,
of
not
shit.
at all. Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying is like, fuck off.
Hey,
Is-
but like shit, it's independent by itself. It stays by
I mean,
itself.
only if you have like one of those single turds. I don't know how many people actually have the little.
Well, what if it comes out as like a solid turd?
Yeah. Well, usually those break apart though.
No, I
when you
mean,
flush it usually.
I don't know,
breaks
dude. My son Gavin, he's put out some logs, and it's just one giant log.
Well, I
As
mean,
long as his body
Yeah,
is so
and then-
tiny.
You're talking about your
Carson,
kid's fecal matter.
he's let some loose that literally clogged the toilet.
I don't know
Just
where the
Oh.
fuck this is going.
We went from like
All I'm
feminists to
saying
turds.
is,
the
Well,
hell's
yeah.
this shit?
Have you met us?
I'm against the message that they're giving out here. And I can remember one of the first things I told Jeremiah was that, you know, based on some of his past stuff, I don't need a knight in shining armor. I
Yeah.
don't need someone to save me.
Yep.
So,
And I think that that's how it should be nowadays.
Absolutely.
Women have fought for their rights, and
you should be
And
with
they
somebody
should-
because you want to be,
Yeah.
not because you need them or they need you. So it should be a 50-50 thing, and you should work well together. If,
I agree.
If it's
Well,
any other way,
here's the
then
question when it comes to the feminist stuff: what can a guy do that a woman can't do nowadays?
I mean, to sit back and say that men and women can do everything the same is ridiculous, because that's why we're different.
But what
We're
I'm
built
saying is,
differently.
like, they have the opportunity.
I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. Oh yeah,
do
100%.
the world
whatever
we
man
live
has to
in,
Yeah,
the world we live in, I have every opportunity that you do.
oh, for sure,
Yes.
100%.
And that's what I was trying to get at earlier when I said I'm not property anymore. I can own property. I have a college degree. I've set out goals and I've met most of them. So I mean, what am
Hell,
I? What am I being held back from? What am I
in
oppressed?
this movie, even the woman in this movie, the mom, has a high-paying job.
Look at her car.
Yeah, she's driving a brand new Chevy Blazer. That thing was badass, by the way. That was a nice
It
car.
was a nice car.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, she even herself is like an independent woman. She didn't ask her old man to go to Barbie Land.
No, she just
She
left.
just left. Didn't even tell him.
And he didn't see. And that's another thing. Even her husband was incompetent.
Yeah, even
Seemed
he was a
incompetent.
moron.
And aren't there more grants for you to get from scholarships just because you're being a female more than men?
I can tell you, I didn't get any of those. but-
Not so much, man.
Not
I
so much
mean,
anymore.
it's
You-
most
you
most
get
of that is
more-
usually
I would've-
racially based,
yeah.
Yeah.
and maybe dependent on your poverty level, things like that.
Yeah, it's mostly poverty. It's like if you like adoption's a good one, like things like that. It's
But anyway, are you guys good on your notes?
the last one I had was, you know how I know this movie is bullshit? No woman is gonna turn down Ryan Gosling, even the douche version.
Not even Margot Robbie would turn down Ryan
Oh
Gosling.
no, she wouldn't. Married or not?
Have you seen her husband? He's like a 4 compared to Ryan Gosling.
Dude, I just learned today that Marilyn Monroe was married to an English writer.
She was married to some ugly dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, like, and
That's
the
how I
only
know this
reason
movie's
why he
bullshit.
didn't get thrown in jail for it was
Which totally goes back on what I said
Yeah,
earlier.
right.
But
the only reason why he didn't.
All right,
get
Independent, but goddamn.
I would bang Ken Ryan Gosling, but I maybe wouldn't hang out with him.
I might hang out with him for some
I
entertainment.
might
You can hang
hang
out
out
with
with
him.
him, yeah.
I would bang him.
I
That's
might
all
hang
I'm
out with
saying.
him just
hang
because
out
he's a
with
dumbass.
I'd bang him. That's all. That's about it.
But I
Although
don't
his
have a
abs were gross. Like his whole chest thing.
It was weird.
It was
wasn't
gross
it?
looking. Like this looked like it was fake or
Oh, it's
Well,
real.
Even
it
Marilyn-
was. I know it was real, but it was like it was.
I
don't
think
know,
they
it was
put like
gross looking to
shading
me.
and stuff in it. It
No,
was-
they didn't.
They
That's him.
didn't?
That is
That
him.
was him.
That was him.
That's
Yeah,
him.
it's
Purely?
him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they probably did a little bit of makeup on there. Just
No, I don't think they did. I think that's just him. He's ripped as fuck.
He is.
Well, I know
He's
that,
very
but he
it looked
probably did
plasticky.
tan. He
It
probably
looked-
did
yeah, I'm
get
sure
a
he
tan.
I think
It
he
looked
should
kind
get
of
a dad
plasticky,
bod.
that's
Yeah,
what
they
I
might have
was
did like that spray.
Oh, that
you
spray
know
to
what
make
I
him
mean?
look a little
yeah,
glossier.
Yeah,
That's what
Yeah.
I
yeah.
was saying.
I don't know. Maybe I don't fucking know. Anyway, is that everybody's notes?
Yep, that's all I got.
Oh no, Dad, I am Knuff.
I am Knuff.
I am. I've learned that. That was the one.
That's
That
what
was
you got
one
away.
of the main things
That's what
I
you took
learned
away from this movie.
movie.
Was I am Knuff.
I don't have to look like Barbie
But do you
because
have
I am Knuff.
But do you have Kenergy?
I do.
Okay.
I am the best. I have all the.
I think I have
Ask
Kenergy.
Dad. He says I'm too hyper. That's because I got all the Kenergy.
You got all the Kenergy.
I got all
I have
the
none.
Kenergy.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi.
Sorry.
That's what I do when I come over next every week.
I will
from now on.
say-
Hi, Barbie. Hi,
I
Barbie.
will say that this is definitely one of
Watch
his
this.
more entertaining roles.
Yes.
No, you gotta be like-
I agree.
You gotta be like, hi, Barbie. I'm
Because
like,
usually
"Hi,
he's playing
Ken."
like. Usually he plays like this very like very surreal, very
He's so toned down.
yeah,
and
so toned. But in this, he's like turned up to 11, and it's so weird seeing Ryan Gosling. I mean, I guess he was like that in what was that movie? Knock Around Guys, or no, not the Knock Around.
Oh,
Guys.
The Nice Guys.
Nice Guys. Yeah,
that was good.
He was like, I mean, but he wasn't like turned up to 11.
But he
even in
wasn't
that.
turned up to 11. He was that reserved. But
Yeah.
like every now and again, you'd see that, like
yeah, every once in a while.
yeah.
I bet you he put a lot of
The Nice Guys is
energy.
such a good
It
I
is
movie.
bet
such a
you he
very
put a
good
lot of
fucking movie.
hey. I
Yeah.
bet you he put a lot of energy into this movie.
He did.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
He was very
man.
energetic.
But then again, he was around Margot Robbie for the entirety of this movie, so
I would be very.
I would be very
energetic,
happy too.
I wonder if no, she doesn't do tattoos. I thought she does tattoos too, don't she?
Margot Robbie?
Yeah.
No,
she don't do tattoos.
I don't believe so. No.
I think it's a different one then.
Anyway, so that's everybody's notes. Let's go ahead and get into reviewing it.
Let's go this bitch.
Let's give everybody our thoughts. This should be interesting. Let's start with Eric.
So I
2.
gave it a 4.
He just went straight in. I
Yeah,
gave it a 4.
It's a fucking 4.
It's a 4.
Yeah, I did not care for this movie at all. As I said before, if it would have been something that would have stayed in the real world for a while and like let Ken and Barbie,
Ben.
Benergy.
Benergy.
Benergy is bad.
Ken
Jim.
and Barbie like
Kenergy.
actually learn things from the real world and actually learn it, not just a blip and like, oh, this is what this world, actually learned. It might have been something that got turned into more of a surreal movie, but
Right.
this just the corny shit, I don't know. It's just a lot of the things in this movie I really do not care for. The feminism,
Right.
the ideology of this movie just
Yeah.
killed it for me. So I gave it a 4. I couldn't do any more than that.
All right, Madison.
I was gonna give it a 4.5. I don't really have a
You
reason.
can.
I just
You just don't care much for the movie.
no. The Margot Robbie. I do love Margot Robbie.
Oh yeah,
So she's like most of my vote there.
Yeah, she really is
Her and
the
Ryan
biggest
Gosling.
redeeming factor of this movie is her and her character and how well she played it, honestly.
Yeah. She was really good at being Barbie though.
Yeah. I
And
think she
I'd
did
never
great.
seen Margot Robbie like cry before. I think even as Harley Quinn, you didn't really. It was raining whenever she was crying because of the Joker, so you didn't even really see her cry. But like she the first time she started crying, I was like,
there's a lot of
Oh.
great actors and actresses. in this
Margot
movie.
Robbie's crying.
It really
just-
is.
if
This is
they
a very
would've-
stacked cast.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
if they would
it
have
is.
directed them rightly, it
Mhm.
probably would have been a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
think the just
that's all.
direction of this movie.
All right, Karen. What do you got for us, man?
Well,
What do you
I mean,
think?
I would agree 100% about the acting. There's no shortage of good acting. There's no shortage of that at all. You had great acting. One thing I will say about the actual set itself, I loved the set, like the Barbie Land set.
Yeah, the
It was
Barbie Land set.
that practical use of the practical, they actually built it
Plastics.
and used forced perspective and things like that to make it look really cool. I like that a lot because you don't see it very much anymore. They use
Yeah.
a bunch of bullshit.
It's all
It
practical
made me
in
think
this,
of
yeah.
Elf when he's like traveling
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
New York.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like it when they use stuff like that as opposed to the bullshit that they use nowadays. That's probably other than I really liked Ryan Gosling in it, just that energy, and
I've never seen him with that kind of energy, so it was different.
he was really the best thing about
He
it.
was.
Like I loved watching him, but
That's true. I did love watching.
I
him. He
did
was, like,
love watching
He was pretty
him.
funny, actually.
he was very entertaining. If it wasn't for, like you said, the ideology of the movie, I would have really enjoyed his character. I would have really enjoyed watching him, and that whole scenario, that
Yeah.
whole thing was just great to me. But I think you guys kind of nailed it. I'm gonna come in with a 4.5, and the only reason for the 0.5 is because of the practical effects and Ryan Gosling's performance. Other than that, there's really no redeeming factors to this movie, in my opinion.
I can't believe how close you guys all are.
Yeah,
I'm kind of on the same page as everybody here. I think that Ryan Gosling kills it. I think he does great. He's fucking hilarious. He does a great job at being a dumbass. And Margot Robbie kills it. Like she's good at playing.
You wouldn't think he would.
No, not
You
at
know?
all. Like
He's
no.
so serious most of
Well,
the
The
time.
Nice Guys is like the most comedic role I'd ever seen him in before this.
But it's still a serious role.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, like, he was great. I think that everybody, like, it was a stat cast. I love Kate McKinnon. I'm glad she was in it. I think that Will Ferrell was a fucking retard. I don't like him in this movie at all. I didn't like him.
If it was a good direction of way they went.
Yeah, I think that
could've-
Margot Robbie kills it. I think it's a great cast. They all do a great job. It's just I don't like the message they're sending. It really bothers me. It makes me feel like the world isn't working forward. We're working backwards, and it really bothers me. Like we've got all this, supposed racism in the world. It's like we don't have racism. You guys just leave it alone and quit talking about it. It would be fine. Same as like feminism. Just treat each other equally and be equal. Like what is so fucking hard about this? But you guys keep making movies about it like it's a big fucking deal. And that's what killed the movie for me. Because honestly, I probably would have enjoyed this movie if it wasn't for that. If they would have just left it all alone.
Without the internet, I'm sure none of this would be a problem.
Maybe you're right. And I just think that the movie itself would have really benefited from just being a quirky Barbie movie and all that, instead of trying to have this overarching, like, this big message to tell. You know what I mean? Like, that's unnecessary. I get that that's what Barbie represents, but it's not what she represents anymore.
They could have used that message or that representation in another way.
Or even toned it down a little bit.
Like Eric said, okay, if they went into the real world, right? And they saw how women weren't ruling it, they could have done something with that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, just tone it down a little bit. Why'd you have to crank it all the way up and say, look at me, feminism? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I got from it. And
it's like they were on their billboard or their whiteboard writing down ideas, and it was like, no, they wiped all the other guy. There's one, the other.
Yeah, it was
guys
like a big
around,
feminism word circled, and then how can we get this? And then below that is another big one that says "fuck men." That's all it was.
Are
to me.
stupid.
Yeah. So I'm gonna agree with everybody else here,
and then it was
I'm gonna
Kinergy
be.
over in the
I'm on
corner.
the same level as you guys. Like I'm gonna give it a 4. I can't. It would be. It's almost lower. And honestly, the only thing that's redeeming this movie is the cast, the set designs, and what they all brought to it. You know what I mean? They did great, other than Will Ferrell. Will
I
Ferrell
would have gave it
was
a
not.
3 if it wasn't for like the wholesome parts in the movie.
You know
what I mean?
The redeeming
That was
factors.
literally the only spots I had.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
43%.
I like the set designs and Ryan Gosling. That
Yeah. It was a 4.25.
4.25.
So
4.25.
43%.
4.25.
4.25.
Yeah, but if like you were to make it a percentage, it
It would be 40. No, it'd be 42.5%.
Mm-hmm.
You'll figure it out. Anyway,
I'm not good at math, guys.
That's okay. 92% they loved it.
92%.
All for
I was
Critics.
rounding. I know.
Oh, fuck.
I was
Yeah.
rounding. If you round up, it's 40.
I'm going 85. 85 for critics.
43.
92. They lapped this shit up.
They probably did.
What the fuck? What was that?
I was going for Hannibal Lecter.
Apparently. Your sound effect with it was good.
I'm going 99%. Fuck it, I'm going way up there.
99%.
99?
For critics.
Oh.
Them some big
I'm
balls.
going 89, y'all.
All right, what was yours?
89.
89,
92.
92,
99.
99. Matt's going to say this is 88% certified fresh tomato meter.
So I would have had
gonna
it
say
if I would have
88,
stuck
and I
with
was
my
like,
old.
oh, it's too low.
Cheater, isn't she?
Cheater.
You can
Dirty
put your phone
cheater.
down right now. I got
Okay,
this.
for people, I'm gonna go 86.
86
For people?
Wait,
For people.
for the
For
audience.
audience?
Yeah, the people.
Oh, I'm going fucking 70.
70.
Oh no, they loved it too.
Oh, no,
Bunch
I
of
don't
fucking-
think so.
Yeah.
List of fucking
Jumping on that
hot.
bandwagon.
Bunch of fucking sheep bat.
Bah.
I'm going 82. Wait,
82?
Did someone already say 82?
I said 86.
86, 82,
70.
70. Matt's going to take this. It's 83%.
You fucking
Stop!
cheater.
I'm not cheating.
You're
I
a
swear
It's
to
fucking
God.
83%.
You're a fucking cheater.
We need to take the shine off that.
Yeah, we're gonna put a curtain up there when we're doing
Yeah,
this.
his
I
whole
didn't try to- I
body
didn't put
was
my
blocking
body in
it.
front of it, so I'm
His
like-
whole body was blocking it. I swear to God.
So, all right. So, critics' consensus is Barbie is a visually dazzling comedy whose meta humor is smartly complemented by subversive storytelling.
I only agree with like
None of
the
that.
first part of that. Visually stunning.
Okay.
Give us some shitty ass.
Oh, here's a half a star.
So we
The
can
music
agree.
and the acting are simply awful. Here's another half a star. Very disappointing. The movie was boring and very childish. Here's a 1 star. What a waste of actors' effort and money. Why was this movie even made?
I agree.
Good question.
Right?
Well, that movie in particular, the Barbie movie, I don't have a problem with, but just not that one.
Right.
We should start leaving our own like bonsai movie.
We need to start leaving our own reviews. Yeah.
We should.
Yeah. Here's a half a star. This is probably the laziest movie
Just
that I
every
ever
time we
saw
should
this
just write
year.
balls.
Yeah, balls.
but leave a legit star rating, like whatever we really thought, but
Yeah.
then like for the balls.
Leave our group rating. And then...
No, we should just everyone we need to get on there and say, Paul Rudd was not in this, and Jerry needs to do more work. Balls.
And I hated the 4th episode.
I hated the 4th episode. This is probably the laziest
Meh.
movie that I ever saw this year.
Meh.
That I saw this year. Nothing. It's working. Nothing. It's working.
Nothing is working.
It says it's. The story is just ridiculous. The filmmaking is lazy, and lazy. Yes, some jokes are nice, but that don't make a movie. It's make a joke. Movie make okay, whatever. Half a star, 2 hours of boring. Brought my kids to see the movie, and they fell asleep within the first 20 minutes. Good for a nap.
Okay, but like, when's the last time you told your kids to take a nap? Or like, what time do you send your kids to bed?
Okay, here's a half a star. The biggest shit of the cinema.
Oh.
Okay. The biggest shit of the cinema.
I mean, I don't disagree, but maybe they should say why, though.
Yeah.
You know what
Why?
I mean?
Here's a star and a half. Anti-male, anti-motherhood, smashing babies,
Yes, see?
anti-romance,
not the only one that had a
anti-relationship
problem with
outside the sisterhood, anti-brotherhood, and a movie whose point is toxic massaging.
Today's
Massage?
politically
Do they mean
society.
misogyny?
I think so. The Pink did
Today's political society.
have a vibe. The Paint did have a vibe, point of view, and I respect that. Okay,
Pink?
I don't know. I felt
mean,
like they had a point to
Paint
say
was-
there, but
All the same.
okay. Half a star. Super political. Worst movie I have seen in years. Dear God, boring and long. I would
I wouldn't say it was boring.
say it was
That-
boring.
there was nothing. I mean, it kept my attention. It
Yeah.
was
That
just.
wasn't boring.
half a star. Good acting, but incomplete and uninteresting story. Here's a star and a half. Too much bashing men. Yeah.
Too much beaching off.
Too much beach off.
I did like how he kept referring to his job as beach.
Beach.
Like that's all.
Yeah, he's like I beach.
in the real world, I can beach, and they're like, well, do you have like a certification for? No, I can't do that, but I can stand here.
I beach.
I beach.
Could have done so much better with concept, not funny, witty or not fun, funny, witty or entertaining. Just comes across
It's not entertaining.
as self-indulging, man-hating, preachy, even toxic. Want my 2 hours back. I agree, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently, most people who didn't like this movie have the same
Agree.
idea. Half a star. Feminist propaganda from beginning to end. Insufferable. And that was from a dude, I guess. I don't know.
Paul Rudd wasn't in it.
No, he would have been a Ken.
He doesn't Ken.
He doesn't beach.
He doesn't have the Kenergy.
He will beat you
Yeah.
off, though.
He's not entertaining enough to match the Kenergy.
He would have been a great Ken in this, like one of the Kens.
Right? He should have been.
He's good at playing a dumbass.
Could you imagine him and Ryan Gosling as like best friends?
He should have been Alan.
Alan. Yeah, he would have been a good Alan. Yeah.
No, I actually like Michael Cera as Alan because he comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, he does too.
Kicks everyone ass.
Star and a half. Man-hating costumes and sets were amazing, but book was shallow, boring feminism overlord. Book. I don't think people sometimes know what the fuck they're talking about. A half star, not for kids, even though it's a Barbie. And when you think of Barbie, you think of kids, and definitely not for kids.
It was PG-13, and
Okay,
it
so
wasn't made for kids.
everybody's pretty much saying the same thing.
Movie. Paul Rudd and Stifler.
All right, Karen. Let's get into your trivia.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Okay. According to Ryan Gosling, he accepted the role of Ken after seeing his daughter's Ken doll lying face down in the mud next to a squished lemon. He then took a shot of the doll and the lemon and sent it to Greta Gerwig, saying, "I shall be your Ken. His story must be told."
I actually heard that already.
I don't get it, though.
I don't get it either.
Because he told the story, which is great, but your Ken's still laying in the mud.
By the end of the movie, you're still in the mud, Ken.
America Ferrera's husband in the film is played by her husband in real life, Ryan Piers Williams. Barbie Land was created almost entirely using practical effects and clever scenic design choices. The backgrounds are all hand-painted backdrops, and most locations, like the dream houses, were real sets. The transition scenes between Barbie Land and the real world were also practical, using old-school movie tricks to achieve the feeling of motion, such as crew members turning cranks to make waves move in the ocean. Composer Mark Ronson wrote the song "I'm Just Ken" largely as a joke, and recorded a demo for Greta Gerwig, not seriously expecting it to be included on the soundtrack. However, she liked the song, and when she shared it with Ryan Gosling, he felt so strongly that it added to the character of Ken, he successfully advocated for it to be made a musical number in the film. Ronson remarked that he was amazed how much Gosling's interpretation of the song improved upon his original intent. Simu Liu showed that he could backflip with a demonstration during dance rehearsals. Ryan Gosling's reaction inspired Greta Gerwig to rivalize their Kens in the story. Michael Cera plays Alan in the film, who is Ken's best friend, introduced in 1964. His girlfriend-turned-wife, Midge, also appears in the film, played by Emerald Fennell. Both characters were canonically married in 1990 with the wedding...
Canonically.
Married in 1990.
Ken officiated the wedding.
Yeah, he did.
Ken official.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're Ken official.
Married in 1990 with the Wedding Day Midge dolls. Emerald Fennell plays Barbie's friend Midge in the film, first introduced in 1963 as her redheaded companion. Her appearance in this film is specifically based on the 2003 pregnant Midge and Baby doll from the Happy Family line. This doll is infamous for having been controversial back when she was released, as the doll was accused of promoting teen pregnancy, even though Midge was an adult in this version, and for seemingly being an unwed single mother, even though Midge had gotten married to Ken's friend Alan in 1990 with the Wedding Day Midge gift set, and Alan was a part of the Happy Family line as her husband. The box for Midge and Baby lacked a cutout of Alan in the back, making it seem like she was unmarried and pregnant, so Walmart pulled the doll from shelves, and Mattel replaced it with a new box that had a cutout of Alan in the corner of the box to make it more obvious that she was married. Her silver wedding band on her hand was also painted to be thicker to make it more noticeable. The Ken working sign was originally a standard men working sign, but Michael Cera suggested that they change it to the pun. It was a good idea.
We should change the name of our podcast to the Kenzai movie crew.
Simu Liu plays an Asian variant of Ken in the film, though he's not based on a specific Ken. The first Asian Ken doll to be released in 2011 with the collector edition Japan Ken, also known as the Samurai Ken, included as part of the Dolls of the World series. Not only was he the first Asian Ken, he was also the first and so far only Ken to be included in Dolls of the World, which is previously a Barbie-only line. Margot Robbie cracked up laughing at Ryan Gosling's performance so often during their scenes together that she and Greta Gerwig had to work out a system in which she would try and hold a smile on her face for just long enough to cut before breaking character. I could see like not being able to hold.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Especially getting on set with such a serious actor, and then he's just goofing off the whole time. Like, you wouldn't be able to maintain yourself.
Ryan Gosling improvised the sublime line as well as the shot where he's wearing 2 sunglasses.
I knew that was. I knew it was. Whenever he put on the other set, I was like, "Oh, he totally improvised that."
Yeah.
Originally announced in 2009, this project has undergone multiple different iterations and been a property for 3 different studios. Originally, it was a Universal Pictures production, but after 5 years of development, Sony Pictures took over in 2014. Jenny Bix was hired as a screenwriter, but replaced by Diablo Cody the following year. In December 2016, Amy Schumer entered negotiations to star in the title role, as well as rewrite the screenplay alongside Kim Carmel. Schumer exited the project in 2017, where it was announced Althea Jones would direct, Olivia Milch would write, and Anne Hathaway would lead the role. Sony's option expired in October of 2018, and the project transferred to Warner Brothers, where the project would finally make progress and become a film. Margot Robbie revealed that many text-laden props in Barbie Land are not written in any discernible language, rather they are done and scribbled to mimic a child's handwriting. The opening of the movie is a parody of the opening of Stanley Kubrick's sci-fi film 2001: A Space Odyssey. In addition to being a parody/homage, the opening 3 shots of the film use actual untouched shots from the 2001, with the 4th digitally altered to replace a skull with a girl's shoe. The office of Mattel's CEO is also a reference to the War Room in another Kubrick film, Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, complete with a large light hanging above the table, albeit in the shape of a heart.
What a weird fucking influence for a Barbie movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, Barbie movie. Yeah, we're going to add a little bit of 2001 Space Odyssey in here. Why?
Oh, and don't forget, How I Learned the Bomb.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling sent Greta Gerwig a surprise line of dancers to perform I'm Just Ken at her morning Pilates class and wish her a happy 40th birthday on August 4th, 2023.
Who's 40?
Greta Gerwig, the director.
I was saying, there's no way Margot Robbie's 40 years old.
She might be. I don't know.
I don't think she is.
Can I look it up?
Sure.
Denise Richards was originally cast as Mermaid Barbie, but had to drop out at the last minute due to a prior commitment. Director Greta Gerwig is a huge fan of Richards and has cited Wild
She's
Things
33.
and Drop Dead Gorgeous
you're
as
young,
2
man.
of her favorite films. Ruth Handler said in the film that she was arrested for tax evasion.
You have a chance.
This is actually true. In the 70s, investigation of production's fraudulent financial reports were done, which caused the Handler resigned as president of Mattel in 1974 and leaving the company in 1975. After the investigations, she was charged with fraud and false reporting to the U.S. Security Organizations and Exchange Commissions and was fined $57,000 and 2,500 hours of community service. According to a statement, she blamed her breast cancer illness and that she was unfocused on her business. The Kens trotting along on invisible horses to the accompaniment of coconut-style clip-clop sounds is a tribute to a running gag in Monty Python and
Of
Holy
course.
Grail. According to casting director Allison Jones, Bowen Yang, Dan Levy, and Ben Platt turned down offers to play various Kens, and Jonathan Groff turned down an offer to play Alan. So
Who's Jonathan Groff?
I can see his face.
I can't see it.
Surpassed The Dark Knight as the highest grossing Warner Brothers film at the domestic box office. They're the studio's only 2 films to gross over $500 million domestically. Mattel began developing 45 more films projects after Barbie's success, including American Girl Doll, Barney, Hot Wheels, Magic 8 Ball, Masters of the Universe, Matchbox, Polly Pocket, Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Thomas and Friends, and Uno.
Did you just say Magic 8 Ball
Yeah, and Uno.
and Uno?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Barney.
I mean,
American Girl Doll,
yeah.
Hot Wheels,
Yeah.
Magic 8 Ball.
Okay, I get those, but Magic 8 Ball and Uno, how? What the fuck are you going to do with those properties?
Matchbox.
Everybody go out there and create your own multiverse.
Well, it's just like, there for a while they did board games and that ran out after a while because obviously you can't make them all. Anyway. When arriving in the real world at the end of the movie, Barbara goes by the name Barbara Handler. It is a reference to the daughter of Barbie's creator, Ruth Handler. Daughter of Barbie's creator, Ruth Handler, Barbara. Barbie and Ken were named after Barbara Handler and her brother, Kenneth Handler. I didn't know that I knew Barbara was named after her daughter, Barbie, but I didn't know that she named Ken after her son.
That's weird because like,
Right?
Say, that's kind of weird.
it's kind of
Right.
weird.
That's what I
So
thought.
you're telling me that
You
Barbie and Ken are actually brother and sister?
Yeah, like
they're
why would you
lovers?
name them both
I
after
thought they
your
were brother
kids?
and
That's
sister
weird.
whenever I was little, and then the Barbie Life in the Dream House came out, and they were dating, and I was like, oh, okay.
No.
That's odd.
I did. I always thought they were siblings.
You think Barbara Handler's like, that's not weird at all?
Right.
Or do you think she actually just bangs her brother?
Games of
It was
Thrones
the
shit
50s.
going on.
You never know.
This is the last one. So Greta Gerwig claimed that no personal criticism was intended by the line, "It's like I've been in a dream where I was really invested in the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League." Gerwig stated, "I don't have a dog in this fight," and the line was simply a joke.
I don't think it was a joke.
That part where they said something about like the Zack Snyder Justice League, I was like, I'm kind of offended. Like,
Well, and that
As
was
a
going
man.
back to what you said earlier. I don't remember what it was, but that was what I was talking about in trivia. I put that in there specifically because I thought when I heard that, I was like,
women like that movie too.
yeah, and like that's kind of fucked.
Yeah,
Right.
like especially on Zack Snyder's part. Like, I wonder if they even realized that like Zack Snyder left the
Well, and
production
that's
of that movie
incredibly-
because his son killed himself.
Well, and it's incredibly heavy-handed, like, and stereotypical.
Mm-hmm.
That's all
I
I'm
agree.
saying. Like,
Anyway,
that's like to say, like, no man likes Dirty Dancing. You know what I'm saying?
that's not true. I like Dirty Dancing.
Well, the movie, not.
I know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I do like the movie.
But that's what I'm getting at. That's like, to use that as like a way to like, put down that or whatever.
Yes, you're not a man, Dad.
Yeah, you can't be a man. You like Dirty Dancing.
No, I like Patrick Swayze
Good
and the
point.
guy who plays Baby, or the girl who plays Baby. Nobody puts Baby in the corner, even if she has a penis. Anyway,
all
well, there you go. That's Barbie. What are we doing next week, Karen? Pick
We
us
better
a.
have watch up because can't do everything around here.
I got it.
Thank you.
Work faster, Dad. Come on, you got this.
What is it?
Train to Busan.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
it's all good. I believe that one.
I've never seen that one. That's on Netflix, though, I think.
I think it
Isn't it?
is.
I've never seen that one.
Isn't that about the
Currently, it is on
and the
Prime,
zombies?
Peacock, and Roku with ads.
Train to what?
Train to Busan.
It's
Train
a
to
zombie
Busan.
flick, isn't it?
Uh-huh. It's on Prime though.
Train to Busan here.
It's an Asian flick. It's a Korean flick about zombies. It's actually really good.
They do that stuff right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like Asian
Asian horror is good.
Asian media right now is huge. Like
And this is on Prime, Peacock, and all that shit.
Yeah.
well,
Asian horror. I have like
Yeah, I'd
pretty
watch
much
it on
any
Amazon.
Asian horror I've liked. I don't think there's been any Asian horror movie I didn't like.
Oh my god.
Dun, dun.
I never finished watching
You can
My
have it
Hero
back when we're
Academia.
done.
Like, I never watched the last episode. I was like, oh, I'll watch
Shit
it
whip.
tomorrow because I've like got one episode left, and I never watched it.
Yeah.
And that was 2 months ago.
all right. Train to Busan is hour 58 minutes. South Korea rated R is very violent. So, but
Oh,
We can't watch it, Madison. We're girls.
yeah, it's very action
snap.
packed and
I gotta pull out more Kenergy, Dad. Ugh. Ugh.
just get your Kenergy out for Train to Busan. God damn it, foot got stuck on a wire. That's not the unplugging anything under there.
Everything goes black.
Blink. Oh shit. All right, so next week we're gonna do Train to Busan. Don't forget to check out all our social media stuff.
Be energetic about it. Rate is good.
Yeah, show us some of that Kenergy. And comment and like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. And then
I'll
come
take
back
all
here
the
next
receipts.
week for Train to Busan. You fucking kids, knock it off.
She started it.
All right, everybody.
Okay,
It's
bye.
a Ken to
Okay, bye.
Busan. Ken to Busan. Ken's going to Busan. It's not even a train, Dad. Come on, get it right. Ken's
All right.
going to Busan.
See you guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.